So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Dang it. So now you can't talk bad about him like you do every other night.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I will.
And it's all captured on tape.
It's like he's not the DM. I can say whatever I want. Still remember Bob. One of the times,
Well, I'll remember.
why he wouldn't game with us is because you just can't game with someone you get, DM with someone you game with, because then there's that kind of stuff going on. I'm like, we beat each other all the time.
Yeah.
You're not the DM. I'll talk all over you tonight. When you're DM, okay, then we bring you the popcorn and whatever.
That's why he doesn't game.
They will be nice to you when you're DM, but once that,
Yeah, back up.
once we say this session's
Sure,
over,
why don't you cut?
back to getting abused.
Thank you. You're bigger cut.
Well, it is 2 minutes after 8, so we can get started on the recap.
Yep.
You guys remember what happened last time?
Yes.
Yes.
Heck no. Oh, yes.
You're supposed to go with the flow, Les.
Sorry.
We finished killing the ninja asshole assassins.
I got booted out of Uno Mingai or whatever it was called.
Somehow,
You got
Milana came back to life.
you got not really booted.
You were asked to leave politely.
Our
You were-
welcome was finished.
Yes,
And we wanted to leave.
that's what you were told.
Yeah, we meant to do that.
It's like everything we do at this party. We
And-
meant to do that.
And this woman that helped us with the asshole ninjas said, hey, we should take this route through a haunted ancient forest
Right,
because it's cool.
because I can. She kind of said that. Now, she didn't say she could make it not dangerous. She said she could minimize the danger.
Minimizing danger. But traveling by the main road,
It's a death sentence.
what are they? Not the firestorms.
The five storms.
The five is it five storms?
Mhm.
Wait, the five storms know where we are, and they're gonna be sending people.
And they know where you're headed,
Uh-huh.
and there's only one road to get there.
Except for this ancient.
There's one
forest.
road to get. There's one road to get
Well,
there.
yeah.
And so, knowing you guys had a caravan with you, it goes to show. It stands to reason.
They take the road.
Take the road, and they're going to have a few people there.
Mhm.
Suckers. These are the guys. We took this whole caravan under Mount Plothook. They have no idea who they're dealing with.
We made it to the forest,
Made it to the forest.
found an obelisk.
Yep.
Chopped it down.
Chop it down.
Wait, it was already down.
Chop it down. Pissed on
We
it.
chopped it up.
and then burned it.
We should-
His mom.
But the third one,
It's
that one
good.
stayed up.
We found an obelisk that was knocked down. We put it back up,
hmm
and this little
And a spirit.
Magoo guy,
Yes.
the guy
Yes.
pops out and says, "Oh, thanks."
And you remember what he did for everyone?
He bless us.
Yes, plus
What
one
you
to
guys
saves for like 2
Plus one to
weeks.
save.
+1 to all saves for a month.
Yeah,
For a month.
and that's
which-
where we ended.
That's a huge, yeah. So, and this is, I have told you Steve knows what's going on with this girl that's helping you. His character does not.
Okay.
But those of you with any kind of perception, she does have some very subtle canine features,
Oh, yeah?
almost like fox features.
Oh.
She's a fox.
Wow.
She's a fox. Okay, just rip her character sheet up now. Let's just get this over with now. Lightning comes from out of the sky. There's no clouds in the sky, but it comes down, hits her, only her. Matter of fact, Mitch is like holding hands with her, doesn't get touched.
Doesn't hurt him at all.
Doesn't hurt him at all.
Just wasn't meant to be.
Did you see what I rolled?
No, I didn't know.
I rolled perception for Balana. She got a 29.
Yeah, sorry. Can you say overachiever?
So you've made Balana my Nancho from,
Oh, I know.
I don't know how many times in Steve's campaign, we go to fight, he'd just be like, I guess that doesn't hit you either, huh? It's like, nope.
Nope. I guess this didn't stump you either, did it?
Nope.
Pretty obvious right there.
Oh my gosh.
I swear to God, I'm just rolling these on this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not believing it. Okay, Miearo, that's her name.
Liaro?
Miearo.
Yeah.
M-I, and then Y-A-R-O.
Miearo. Okay.
Yeah, that.
You notice, like I said, you guys have traveled with her for a day by the time we stopped. Those of you who have taken the time to just kind of draw up conversation with her, found what's going on, she always seems cordial. She does, especially those of you who are well versed with social skills like diplomacy, sense motive, bluff, all that kind of stuff. She doesn't seem to be very well versed in the social skills. Like I said, she's not rude. She just seems to be lacking in that area.
She's awkward.
Yes.
Okay.
But she'll talk with you about pretty much anything you say, except for when you start pressing about where are we going, what are we doing when we get there.
Are you a fox right now?
Are you right now? But if you get to that subject of, okay, where are we going and what's going to happen once we get there?
Yep.
Then she purposely like tries to be polite and vague. And then if you keep pushing, then she pretty much just firmly shuts you down. Because you know what? You're going to have to talk to them once you get there.
Them, okay.
So,
Fine.
and just to reiterate some things I told you last time, but I'm going to reiterate them again. She talked about the spirits. Now, Les, I know you did a lot of gather information when you were in town.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much any of the rest of you did that. But if there was a character that did that, and I know I'm telling you because I'm hoping Les would have shared it with you, but at least Les, if not the other ones, found out. Everyone's afraid of this forest. Like everyone in town talks about the haunted forest, and if you value your life, you don't go in there.
Oh yeah, now we heard about this forest a day before we left, or 2 days before we left.
The day,
Yeah, like a day.
because like I said, you guys were in town. You guys came from the northern half, so you weren't in the forest.
Right.
So you just got into town, and you're just talking, trying to find out what's going on in town. Of course, you guys were trying to figure out why everything's so freakishly happy in town, and just that kind of scared you guys. But as you're asking around, the forest came up, and you're like, oh, some forest to the south, and then yeah, you get someone talking about it, and it's kind of like boogeyman speak. I mean, they talk about that thing's haunted. If you value your life, you don't go in it. A lot of people who have gone in there have not come out.
Ichabod Crane, Headless Horseman,
Yes,
that type of
yes,
stuff.
that kind of stuff. You guys have only spent one night in here. That night, twice, either you guys when you were on watch or one of the NPCs woke everyone up because of what was going on. They thought something there was enough of a threat that it was all hands on deck. Both times nothing happened, but whoever the one was that woke everyone up was pretty freaked out and pretty certain something was about to happen. So I guess I'm not gonna play that out. It's we could do a whole freaking night on just those things, but and you will find every night you spend in here at least one time. And like I said, at first you kind of think that, okay, it's just our little friends that are helping us out here because they're not as adventurous as us PCs. But even you guys, the tough fighter types that are pretty confident. When you're on watch, it could be something as you hear snarling coming from one area like over and over again. You're like, something big is right there. I need to wake people up. Nothing comes of it. Or, You might be sitting there and all of a sudden you'll see like a glowing fiery skull just kind of come up over a tree or something like that. You're like, holy crap.
No need to wake people for that.
And so you'll do that and it'll be there for a little bit and it'll either fade away or go back in or do whatever. And so
We're yelling from the wagons. If it's just another flaming skull off in the distance, just leave it alone.
leave it alone. Just go back. Like I said, this is a regular occurrence. And I'm telling you guys this now because I don't want to slow down gameplay. Literally, I could spend an entire evening
Setting this up.
setting this and going through all the roles and everything that has to happen, but that's not important to the story. But I want to get across, you guys are not comfortable in here. You do not ever have a good night's sleep where you're like, you sleep all the way through the night and you wake refreshed and like, I'm ready to take on the day. Unfortunately, you guys are used to that because you just spent, 2 months in the Polar Express. This is different. It's no longer weather that's keeping you up. It's the rumors you heard and then the things you see.
It's actual threats.
Yeah. Well, so far at night, nothing's happened. You don't know if it's because no one engaged these things. You don't know if it's because it really wasn't a threat in the first place. You don't know what it is. When you guys bring Miearo into this, most of the time she's like, okay, just keep an eye on that, or okay, just stay back. So not enough to give you guys comfort level, but she doesn't seem overly, she doesn't freak out when you tell her.
Yeah.
But she does seem to have a measured, like a constant careful tone on how she explains how to deal with stuff. You're like, hey, what do we do with the flaming skull that we saw over there? She'd be like, oh, that, if you see, just stay back.
Don't put water on it.
Stay,
You'll piss it off.
Yeah. Stay close.
Don't put water on it.
Stay back and don't get close. I mean, like, it's not that's harmless, but it's just do this and this and this. Just don't do this. You should be okay.
If you don't poke it with a
You
stick.
should be okay. So that's the kind of stuff you're getting from her. And so, like I said, this is going to happen for the whole time. No, not referring to any of you guys. I mean, think about it. You guys were kids a year ago in a town that you were teenagers. You were, what concerned you guys was, hey, does that girl like me? Or does, hey, is this guy going to beat me up because, I stole his lunch money, whatever.
I'm still
That was
concerned
your
about those
concern.
kind of things.
Now, over the course of a year, you guys have been in a constant, trial by fire mode.
Right.
And so the brief respites you've got, like at the palace was amazing because you've never been pampered like that. And that was the only time you were weirded out by how happy everyone was and how forced happy everyone was. But that was the first time, you guys actually kind of felt safe for a few days and relaxed. So
Until the asshole ninjas came.
right. Yeah. Until that.
Yeah.
So you guys have been for the last almost year straight, going straight from trial by fire to, okay, everything's cool. Not really. Okay. Next trial by fire. Okay. Everything's nice and calm for a little bit. Okay. Next trial by fire. So this is another reason that I think it explains how you guys have gone from effectively level 1 to level 10 in a little over a year's time.
Yeah.
It's just been constant, nonstop, So like I said, I don't want to say you guys are getting numb to this. This is new. This is freaky. But I think a lot of you guys have pretty much accepted the fact this is my life. There's no, silk clothes and warm bath every night kind of thing in my immediate future. It's just not there. So like I said, you guys are on edge, but like I said, it's done good for you guys because like I said, in a year's time, going to level 10, you guys are dang competent for the age that you guys are.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole party. You guys kind of excel. You guys would be considered in any one of your fields. You guys would be considered the best of the best.
Even the guys who picked up late,
anything,
we pulled them
yes.
with us so fast.
Yeah. In anything other than Metropolis, you guys would be the best of the best in your field, in any regular size village or smaller. So like I said, you guys have done a lot, but at the same At the same time, yeah.
Period, the same period.
You guys have been constantly not comfortable. And this is, like I said, this is just the next phase of this not comfortable. They're like, holy crap, you know.
Right.
You have been told by this girl that there are evil spirits here. They do possess people.
I'm not possessed.
Sure, that's just what a
Says a
possessed
possessed man.
And neither am I.
Yeah,
what a possessed person would
Right.
say.
we're not possessed.
Mm-mm.
We're not.
I'm not schizophrenic, and neither am I.
I'm not in here.
I swear I swear my name is Hank. Yeah.
Only humans in here.
So like I said, it's not comforting, but you guys are kind of used to this. You're used to it never being normal. So after the first night, you guys get up. Like I said, the first night twice. And like I said, I'm not gonna
Role played out.
role play it out just because literally I could spend an entire evening just going through the late night escapades that you guys go on. First night twice. So no one here is super well rested because everyone's been up at least twice, 3 times if you were one of the ones that was actually on watch. So you get up, no one's dead, all your animals are alive.
That's a good night.
No one's acting abnormal.
Hey.
That was much rejoicing.
Exactly.
Everyone's acting for the most part normal. So
For the most part.
For the most part, did you say?
yeah.
Not possessy.
That's
Sorry.
your new theme.
Yeah.
For the whole forest, that's pretty much your guys' theme music. That plays constantly in the background. So you guys get up.
That or the Shia LaBeouf, Cannibal Shia LaBeouf video.
Yeah.
Seen that?
I don't think I've seen that one.
We were playing today,
Uh-huh.
or was it last night? Last night. And I said something about attacking the darkness. And there's other players like, I cast magic missile. I'm, like, I'm so glad someone gets this.
We've got all the jokes going on. And yeah,
Oh,
I talk to
man.
other people and most of them don't get it. I'm like, wait a minute, you're supposed to get this. Hang on, let me call my other friends. They'll get this.
This is canon.
The female player that I played with last night actually has been playing D&D longer than me.
What?
She started playing in '76. She was at some place and they were play testing this game before it was actually published.
Okay. She might be the oldest woman ever in the game to play because
Yes.
She
When
was
I
like,
was
my
younger-
Uncle Gary was having a
when I was
party at his
younger-
house.
When I was younger, especially when I was like in kid, 0% of them 100 were girls. Like there was never even.
Oh, I know. I know.
Matter of fact, when I joined this group, I was shocked that Heather and Libby were.
We had
You
females.
had 2 girls. I'm like, holy crap, this must be one heck of a group if they got 2 girls.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Then of course I pissed Heather off the first night, and she only played for like 2 or 3.
Right.
She hadn't pissed her off. I made a joke. And
Never came to
Heather
the
took
house.
took it the Heather way.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, I was shocked. So yeah, anyway, so you guys wake up, it takes you a bit, get stuff to eat. Fires are very limited, and this is something that Miearo will tell you. One of the things she warned you of is just how different the spirits think compared to regular mortals. And she tells you, one of the examples she gives you is that, and this is probably the one that sticks out the most in your head, you might have a spirit that will think nothing of a guy murdering like 6 children right there. But if he turns around and falls against a small tree and knocks it over and kills it, spirits might come out and just completely tear him to pieces. So it's like the way humans would think, if the guy's murdering children, that's what needs to be punished, not this. That's not always the way spirits think.
No, their
They've got-
values are.
their values are
formed
different. And so you have to really think and try and walk on eggshells around them, because what you might think's what you think might not be a big deal might be a huge deal.
Okay.
So, and that's, of all the things she said, that was the one that kind of stuck in your head the most.
No fireballs in the forest.
No.
That would be, if anyone even jokes about that, she'd pretty much say that's
we don't.
that's
We don't.
that's probably a death sentence
Yeah.
for your entire group.
Yep.
So,
Those spells are right out.
so, and that goes for flame arrows too, Les.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
He's already messed with a wand. Oh.
Ah.
There's literal smoke pouring out of my quiver.
Yeah. What?
He's got flint and steel.
So like I said, you guys get up, you start traveling.
Okay.
You guys travel for a couple hours. You guys are traveling through it's a pretty thick forest. You know you're not going straight through, and sometimes it's frustrating because literally you guys will take a 100-yard detour to move like 20 yards because there was no way without destroying a bunch of trees and small trees to get the wagons through.
We ain't doing that.
And so you guys are kind of doing quite a bit of weaving back and forth. You guys are getting through the forest though, and it seems like Miearo is pretty good. And actually between Miearo and Mumpo, you guys are pretty good about getting around. And Mumpo kind of is following up behind and kind of
Hiding tracks and
and
returning foliage.
if it happens to be something that you have to knock over some small trees to get there, then he tells you go ahead, you guys go through quick, and then he does his thing to bring them back after you guys
Lane
get
Pro.
through. Yeah.
Right.
So Doug's character is Mumpo's keeping quite busy. And like I said, Miearo's kind of up front and she's kind of leading you through. You guys are kind of just following her lead. We still got the caravan kind of in the same order it's been. So whatever order you've got the wagons in, that's the same order going through. The difference being you guys have extra horses now, because each player character, so I think you got 8, is that what I said, 8 or 10 very well trained, very expensive
Horses.
basically light war horses, as far as training goes. So instead of, if you had people alongside that would walk along the wagons, now you can actually have them
Riding.
riding on horses. You've probably got a couple of horses in the back now, probably some of your older ones.
Keeping them rested.
Just keep them rested and keeping them back behind because you don't need all you've got. You pretty much took this as it's a free gift, and then when
It's
whoever
a blessing. We'll swap them out, keep them rested, and
Mhm. So like I said, along the back you've got probably just training along the back of it, just not even tied together, but not tied to a
harness.
yoke or a harness or anything.
Right.
Just probably 2 or 3 horses at all times back there. But it's nice because, like I said, those of you who were walking back and forth or were scouting or whatever, you're now on horseback. And like I said, these horses are very well trained. So even those of you who do not have a ride skill, these horses seem to almost have this sixth sense to read your mind of what you want it to do, and it kind of does it. So that's been really nice, especially for those of you. How many people in the party do have an actual, at least one rank and ride?
Lana.
I did.
Another lightning bolt comes.
Mitch doesn't.
Nope, not me.
I have a lot in ride, actually.
I can handle animals.
No, we're talking about horses.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about half-elven maidens.
Well, I figured you're creative, so yeah. So you guys are
I
traveling.
want you to play Kratos in Steve's campaign. See how well you like
See
it
how well
then.
that goes. Won't go very well.
No. Day 17, we're almost out of the forest.
Yeah. Yes, you're almost out. Oh wait,
We're now 12th level.
let's see. The city was right there.
Yeah.
You guys are about right
Yeah,
there.
we're almost
Almost
out.
out.
We just
On day 17, we're there.
no. He's not day 17.
Yeah, the first day gets you to about right there.
Gotcha.
So unless you can't see this, but
Okay.
you're pretty much right. You're barely into the forest.
We're right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, got something I need to wait for Doug for.
Doug should be on in any minute.
Right. Okay, let me rearrange this.
I'm asking him for an ETA. What sound does a sapphire make?
The delicious squeak of money.
It says sapphire sound in the on the map. I was just wondering.
Oh, it's like a fart sound.
Dang it. The next thing also I need Doug for. I was going to switch these around, but
That's kind of important.
well, you're in a forest.
Yeah.
And he's a druid.
Yeah.
We don't need a druid.
Who needs a stinking druid? Well, I can move this around. Okay. You guys are traveling. You stop for lunch. This is the second day still. You stop for lunch. The forest definitely isn't as creepy during the daytime, but it still has its moments, and there are still some areas that you think are unnaturally dark. It does have a canopy, and you expect it to be a little darker with the canopy,
You don't see the sun.
but there's some areas that you're like, I don't care what kind of canopy is here, this shouldn't really be this dark. And so there are some areas that are still, have you guys kind of like, you know, in the daytime, kind of looking behind you, lad, or looking over there and
Doug
keeping,
said 10 minutes.
okay, keeping your eyes in a certain area. So you guys are doing that. As you stop for lunch, you stop next to one of these areas, and it does seem to be some kind of magical or some unnatural darkness, because there is a section of trees not too far from you that it just doesn't
This seems darker.
doesn't disappear into the forest background, disappears in the darkness after a certain period, you know, after a distance. And you're like, okay, I shouldn't, this is the middle of the day, it shouldn't be dark way over there. I should just see a blur of canopy, you know, that's too far for me to make detail out on, but it gets dark.
We sent Fuji to go investigate.
Hey, Fuji, go check that out. So you guys, like I said, stop for lunch, rest there. You guys kind of keep an eye on that area, just because different people in the group start talking about, that just looks kind of dark. And they're like, yeah, I was thinking that looked kind of dark. So that's kind of the conversation you guys have during your lunch. Most stuff you're eating are dried meats and just vegetables and stuff that you got from the village. You're not doing lots of campfires. You did do a campfire during the night, but it was just one. It was close to the middle of the camp, and both Mumpo and Miearo were the ones that decided what you were going to do, where you were going to have it, how it was going to be.
This big, no bigger.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like I said, during the day, you guys just aren't even we're not going to cook anything. We're just, you know, like I said, it's jerky and just whatever kind of stuff that you guys just eat room temperature or whatever.
Bread, cheese.
Breads, yeah. So you guys stop about an hour. You guys get freaked out by the darkness. You're happy to know that as you start back up, that Miearo is actually not having you go through there. She's taking you right past it. But as you are back on the road and winding through the forest, I need a perception check from everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Even me?
No, not you.
Okay.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Okay. Nice way to start off the night.
At least you got that out of the
Hey,
way.
get it out of your system now,
Esteban is picking his nose.
or somebody else's nose.
Okay, no one did all that great.
Not even Milana?
Three of you.
Lana rolled a 16.
Oh, wow.
3 of you were over 20 though.
Yep.
So
Lana choked on purpose so that the DM wouldn't get mad.
wouldn't kill her. She's like, oh, I think I'm about ready to be killed.
What was she choking on?
She flubbed her roll.
Oh,
Second
you know she's
one.
choking.
Okay, so
Oh,
Mitch.
What a bad boy.
So Mitch is the one of the 3 that got the perception. You're walking along, you're on a horse. You're not walking along, you're on your horse. And you're just on the left side, just kind of keeping up. And as you're looking over, something moves in the trees. Now that's not completely abnormal. There are birds and stuff in here, and you know, you guys
This
will
was
see
no bird.
you guys
No
will
bird.
see you guys will see a fox or some small rodent or whatever running through here. So it's not uncommon for you guys to in the distance startle something and to see leaves, whatever. But you saw something move and you saw it twice, and so you started to pay attention to it. And about that time, a rock about the size of a beach ball comes flying right at you. You have no idea where it came from other than you saw movement, and then all of a sudden this rock comes. So what's your AC?
24.
Okay. This rock comes pretty dang close to you. Goes right past you. You kind of reel back on the horse, and it goes right past you. Sails misses everything, and basically you hear it hit. And basically the rest of you who did not get
The right perception.
the right perception, all you hear is on the right side of the caravan, sounds like something heavy just took off. As far as you're concerned, it sounds like something heavy, like something
Right.
big just took off running through the forest. You know what it was because you dodged out of the way of it. And actually, anyone who got over 20
Yeah.
probably saw it fly past as you heard his horse make a noise, and you saw this blur of what almost looked like a rock. It was a big rock, just kind of fly past, and then nothing. It's silent.
Where's what's her name? Meow.
She's all the way up the front. Like I said, you're about halfway up the caravan on the left side.
Okay.
So she's probably a good 50, 60 feet in front of you.
I get off the horse, get the battle axe ready.
Uh-huh.
I let the caravan continue, but I'm watching that way.
Okay. Give me another perception. Is anybody else joining him, or you guys just continuing on? Who got, I think,
Me.
so,
Janet.
yeah.
All right,
So you two are the only two that saw. The rest of you guys think it was some wild animal or something. You two, and you guys barely saw it, so you're not even 100% sure it was a rock, but it just, you're like, that looked like a big old rock that just flew through the air
Something
there.
just flew through the air. Yeah.
Somebody's
big.
doing something.
Yeah.
It was a bird.
My second one was 21 perception.
Okay.
He's actually rolling pretty good.
You do hear some movement from back in there, but you don't see anything. Now where you guys are at, you guys don't see typically more than about 50 to 75 feet away from
Right.
you before the canopy and the trees get thick enough that you can't see much past it. In rare instances, you can see about 150 feet away from your position, but that's kind of rare. So not you not being able to see anything doesn't necessarily mean something's not there. It's just past where your field of vision is at that point. Like I said, it was just a single thing.
Just. A rock this big.
Feel like Judd Pirate Wesley. The rock comes and smashes right next to you.
Yeah. I didn't have to miss.
We got 2 rocks.
As the last wagon passes me, I will walk the horse with it.
Okay.
And after about 100 yards, I'll get back to my horse and continue. But if something happens before I get 100 yards away,
Okay.
I am off the horse with my battle axe.
Okay. Like I said, you saw the movement before. You definitely saw the rock coming at you, and you saw some movement right after that. But after that probably within 10 seconds, 15 seconds after the rock came through, that area didn't seem any movement. You didn't really hear anything, and there was nothing else happened.
I want a target.
I want a target. Give me a target.
Like Mitch is.
There's a rock.
He wants a target.
I don't know where I am, and I'm sure I haven't seen anything, but I wonder if I see Mitch pulling an axe in a woods, and wondering if that's a great idea.
You probably didn't see anything until you're towards the back, right? You're on like last.
Yeah, I'm in the rear. I'm in the rear wagon.
Okay.
I'm outrider on rear wagon.
So
As your
basically,
wagon,
yeah, as the wagon catches up, you see Mitch stopped with his battle axe out, off his horse, just looking off to the left. But that's probably the first you notice of this or see of this.
I ride by casually, and I just point out flame arrow.
no. If you ask him anything, he'll just say, just keep going. I'm right behind you.
You got it.
Okay.
Try to fight what you can't see.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am positive.
Okay. Like I said, you let the whole thing pass you by. The last thing to pass you is the group of tied up horses. And they get past you, and like I said, nothing's happened to that point. So
I intimidate the woods.
intimidate the woods. Yes, you would.
There you go.
Okay. All right. The woods do look kind of scared. They kind of shake a little bit, so they're probably scared.
Or it could be the breeze.
I'm scared.
Okay. After that encounter, you guys are traveling through a particular part of the forest that seems like you're going through one of those darker areas that is like just unnaturally dark. None of you guys can shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Okay.
You guys are just always kind of looking around you. You're like, okay, I think someone's watching me or something's watching me. But like I said, you guys are constantly looking back and forth and looking around. I need a perception from everyone.
Ooh, another opportunity for me to roll a natural 1. Oh no, I did better this time.
Yeah, you did.
A lot better.
Yeah. Keep up the good work.
I'll do my best.
Okay. That's all we can ask.
So Mitch got a 20, Milana got a 24.
I need to know real quick, which characters have Tian as an actual language of theirs?
Not me.
Me.
Milana has learned it.
So Balana has learned it.
Esteban.
Esteban has learned it.
I actually speak several variants of Tien as well.
Okay.
Amiko has learned it also.
Yes.
Fuji has been teaching us.
Okay. Yeah, Miko learned it before you guys even left that side of the world.
Right.
I speak it better than Miko.
You've probably been studying it
Possibly.
much longer than Amiko.
Possibly, yeah.
And she only has the one dialect. Hey, Doug.
Very good.
Dougie, what's going on?
Hey, buddy, just all right, just getting things settled in. So,
That's all right.
all right.
Hey there,
Um,
Duggaroo.
Hey, everybody.
So,
I haven't logged into Roll 20 yet, so give me a second.
No, we know.
whenever you get in there, give me a perception check. So looking at these numbers, wow.
You're all on edge.
You guys, yeah, you
No.
guys are.
I changed mine.
What's that?
I changed mine.
You got a 19. Not great, but it's not a 10.
No.
I rolled a 6.
Right.
Yeah, that's still pretty dang good.
Perception check.
21.
21.
Okay, so everyone but Nisha.
What?
What?
That's okay, baby. I brought you back to life.
Yeah.
Or I didn't, but you know what I mean. You're my girl.
You're entitled to be a little sluggish.
So as you guys are traveling through this abnormally dark area, and like I said, you guys all feel like you're being watched. You got, yeah, except for Nisha.
No, I don't.
Except for Nisha, she's just blissfully ignorant. Just, oh, it's great.
It's a great day in the neighborhood. Nice road.
Like I said, everyone but Nisha starts to almost think you hear a female voice humming a tune.
Hold on, I got to take off all my clothes and go investigate.
Yeah, really.
So after Esteban leaves, and you guys are all
Did he cast a cause a fear spell?
I was gonna say. There's some fortitude or will saves involved in there somewhere.
Compulsion spell?
Well,
No,
well,
it's just what he
yeah.
does.
No,
That's how he is.
that's his normal.
It's his normal free spirit.
You guys want to be safe or not?
So, like I said, you guys hear this. It's not something that you can pinpoint. It's not like, oh, it's up here and to the left, or it's right directly in front of us, or it's to the right. It almost seems to echo around you, and it's not loud enough that you guys hear it and look to someone, hey, do you hear that? It's just kind of like you're thinking to yourself, am I hearing this? Is this really there or not? You might look to some of the other people that might be looking
We're
around
all
doing
looking
the
the
same
same
thing.
way. That's the only clue we have.
Yeah,
is
that's the
not
only clue,
imagining it.
because it's not loud enough that you're like, oh, someone else definitely heard that. You yourself are like, did I hear that? Now, Esteban and probably Drenick, you two actually heard it pretty well, but you still can't place where it's coming from. And probably the reason you guys got so high, you guys are probably at some point close together. And as soon as you start hearing it, both you guys look around and look right at each other. So you guys know the other one heard it.
Yeah.
Was that you giggling?
Was that you giggling like a girl?
No. That was a real girl. We're out there.
So, like I said, the other rest of you hear it, but it's not loud enough. Okay. Don't go too far, Doug. Oh, he's already gone.
He's got to put in the wings, motherfucker.
So, like I said, it's just odd.
He needs an air fryer.
What's that?
He needs an air fryer.
Yeah, they go fast. Doesn't he have one?
I don't know if he has one or not.
That was
Yeah,
yours.
I
You
have
brought,
one.
that was yours. You brought to the lake house at
Yeah,
one time.
yeah.
Okay. He brought the wings, but you brought the fryer.
I brought the fryer.
Okay. So how many people are playing tonight? 1, 2, 3,
5,
okay.
6 characters.
6 characters in attendance. So okay, let's do that. Okay. I need a will save from you.
It'll be fine.
Add one for the
+1 for everything.
Right.
shrine bonus. I might need to log out and back in.
You might. I need to talk to you for a second. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. And don't read anything into this at all.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. We'll be blissfully ignorant.
So there goes Nisha throwing rocks again.
Mm-hmm. You just can't leave her alone. You bring her back from the dead, and she just goes off the deep end.
All of a sudden, she can pick up rocks bigger than a beach ball, and
He who matters. So we decided to play. Well, you're not playing Pokemon now, so we decided to play online.
yeah. Now, I am starting the Zoom
Right.
at like 5:30, and you're making Mark the host, but and I don't think we're going
In
to
December.
Mexican in December.
No. Well, I think one of the reasons probably John doesn't want to do it because he's got Thanksgiving coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like well, I don't say things say what John says.
I might be playing remote the next couple of times just because Mindy might be going to Boston,
Yeah.
so I have to be careful of what I'm doing.
Who knows? Next couple of weeks, maybe. Well, it's back down to 10 people again. That's what it's going to end up being.
Mm-hmm. They're shutting down the county and city of St. Louis on Tuesday.
No, city's starting tomorrow.
City start tomorrow?
They're shutting down government offices in Illinois on Tuesday.
Well, so,
Yeah.
And maybe schools by the end of the week.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, Doug.
I feel safer already.
I really think he'll be just in a hard shutdown for 2 weeks in March. And then actually got a lot of testing in place. We could have been a lot better off.
now at this point, you're going to have a hard time getting people to stay home.
I know.
It's going to be the problem. You know, they're out. They're not going to stop. Now there's a vaccine potentially on the horizon. Then it's gonna,
What are we talking about?
COVID.
Fresh lockdown.
Oh, yeah. Hey, personal favor, since we were not talking to, if you don't have it, Tori's mother-in-law, her partner's mom died suddenly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's 58 years old, and she had some blood clot. Just, I don't know. We're really so. Cass is Cat. You what?
Go ahead, Doug.
Cass is up in Duluth. So I just, if you don't have Tori's email, it would be nice if everyone just, just quick, hey, listen, sorry for
Nice
what
thought.
happened. Yeah, and then nothing. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big deal. It's just that they're really upset, and Cass is going to be gone for like a week. So I told her not to be upset when a woman answers the phone. So,
Right.
So anyway, that's my news. So
What's her partner's name?
Megan.
Megan, that's right. Okay.
Hey, Doug,
Yes, sir.
send us a note with Tori's email address and the name Megan so we know.
I will. Thank you very much.
I'll take care of it. I got it up right now.
Okay, thank you. And I didn't mean to interrupt the game, but yeah.
we're going to stop him from anyway.
Dang it, Doug! How dare you interrupt the game?
Oh my God.
Fuck you guys.
Nobody else ever interrupts our game.
Yeah, you're the only one that does it. You guys are hearing this humming. It goes on for about a minute or so. And then over the course of about a round, so of course about 6 seconds, seems to get muffled and then stops.
And then Nisha
It
starts
was,
doing the
it
same
was,
song.
it was, yeah, it was a very distinct tune.
Completely. Out of the blue, no connection.
Not that we're reading anything into it.
Yeah.
Is it? It's a song that never ends.
Yeah. No, it's the.
She also starts speaking in tongue.
So,
Telling us that we're paranoid.
and she starts wainwriting.
Who are you?
Who are you? What have you done?
Run, run.
You probably wouldn't want your healer to be your murderer now.
No. No.
No, that's probably
How
better.
was it that one keep?
She's like, I'm trying to heal you. It's just not working.
I'm just not feeling it today.
I'm just not feeling
I'm trying to heal you. It's just not working.
I
This
have
is-
to cut the infection out.
It's a knife wound.
So, okay, no, I can jump back. Okay. Doug, I'll need to fill you on some stuff since you weren't here. The new girl that joined you, what's your, just give me a rough perception real quick, Doug. $20 is actually minimum needed. You've noticed that your new guide has some canine features, very subtle, but does have some canine features. And you also find out just, I assume, I don't know if you go out of your way to speak to her, but just if you don't actively avoid her, everyone has a chance to talk with her a bit. She's definitely one that's in tune with the forest and in tune with the spirits that are in this forest.
You bet. I would absolutely want to talk to this young lady.
So,
What race is she? Just so I,
like I said, that's what the perception was for. She looks human, but like I said, with some very subtle canine features, almost like fox features.
foxy lady.
Yeah.
All right.
She's a foxy lady. But I told these other guys this already, but I'm just catching you up. She's not very skilled in the social aspects. She's not rude. She just doesn't seem to have a lot of experience or be very good at interacting with a lot of people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So, but you guys do have something in common in that obviously you're in tune with nature. And whereas you don't think nature is her focus, that is something that she seems to care for and something she's very aware of, and especially in this forest. So you guys have probably talked several times just because of the mutual interest.
Yeah.
But yeah, she definitely has a connection with the spirits in the forest that you don't understand as well. But the forest aspect that, her beliefs in the forest are pretty much right along the same lines yours are. Almost like a ranger and a druid. They're not the exact same focus, but they're very close. They're closely aligned.
Sure.
Kind of like that.
All right.
So, now she's talked to you about all the different spirits, and that's probably one more of your conversations probably go, I guess, revolve more around that, just because that's something that Mumpo is not very well versed in. And I assume Mumpo would just be trying to learn everything he can, especially in this scary forest you're in. Like I said, forest you're very comfortable in. This haunted forest, not so much. So
Okay.
I would think you would be trying to learn more about the spirits to see how that fits in with the forest and how those coexist and what the balance is, so to speak.
Okay.
So as you guys are traveling along, I need everyone to make a perception. This is after the humming incident.
Wow, Munpo, dude.
He's on fire.
Yeah.
I know that song.
Yeah. What was, I was on hold. I told Les this. It was the funniest thing. What was I know? Some business. And he started playing. I was even the woman from, what was her name?
Girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, girl from Ipanema.
Our version is Iwo Jima, but
The girl from Iwo Jima, yeah.
Kevin, you failed the question, but it's okay. You didn't know the answer. When you had that picture of the hawk and I asked how many people did it see, the answer is 300 because birds can't count. It's the only number.
we
they know.
established it in BDC once with a joke that just stuck and ran with it.
Oh yeah.
That yeah, birds don't know how to count, so every numerical answer they give you is 300.
300.
Gotcha. I'll put that in my.
Mike had a bird companion send it out to look, and it's like, oh, I saw orcs. How many? 300. Shit. And then we found out, later on, how many of us are there? 300.
And they're like, and how many fingers am I holding up? 300. It's like, okay, I think we're figuring this out now.
Seems to be a pattern there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mumpo, this is actually very appropriate that you're the one that got this. You're probably up close to the front. This is just one of the times you've decided to. Now, do you ride a horse or do you? Yeah, you ride a horse then, don't you? Everyone's a horse.
Well,
But you guys,
if a horse is available simply because it moves faster,
whenever
then-
you
or
guys
in the wagon, you have to remind, we still got the caravan?
Still the caravan.
still have the caravan, and when you
Okay.
guys were invited to make a decision to leave from the town,
Doors over there, guys.
Yeah, really, don't let it hit you on the way out.
one of the parting gifts you got as a going away present before you knew you were going away,
Other than a kick in the ass.
yeah, was
Other than
they
a kick in the
basically gifted the entire party these light, basically they're very expensive riding horses. In the books, they're basically trained like light war horses.
Uh-huh.
So very well trained. Definitely has a little more hard to shake or spook than a regular horse. And you don't even, for normal riding stuff, you don't have to make a roll. These things are just trained very well. So you're on one of those then. But I'm sure at this point, Miearo's been staying close to the front just to kind of guide you guys through the forest. What I told everyone else before you got here is that Mumpo has been very busy, knowing that you don't know how exactly the spirits react here. Mumpo has been very busy minimizing the damage that you guys are causing going through this forest, because you're taking horses, you're taking wagons and stuff through this. So you've been going back and forth, kind of helping direct them through areas that cause least damage, or if there's an area where you have to destroy some small trees or something, then you fall back, and after everyone goes through, then you kind of do your magic and kind of, bring them
Heal it up.
or before you guys came through.
Yeah, all right.
So one of these stages, you're back up front, and you're just kind of chatting with Miearo as you guys do, and all of a sudden your spidey senses go off, and you kind of stop, kind of hold your hand up to her, and you look up, and you see in the distance that you're kind of freaked out that you could actually sense this, but way off in the distance, deep in the canopy where you can't see much else, you see two very large feline eyes, dead set looking right at you. And you know this because you have a feline.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it might even be a special something with cats. I haven't figured it out yet.
You know this look because of that.
Yeah.
This is a stalking look.
Great. All right.
But these are very large. Hey, Jane, what's going on?
Hey, sorry I'm late.
That's all right. So these are very large eyes. You can't see anything else, but this would be probably, if the eyes match,
Saber-tooth tiger.
probably tiger size or better. So tigers are the largest cat we've got here. Yeah, probably that size or better.
Right.
But it seems to be looking right at the two of you because you guys are out front. And it seems like it's in stalking mode.
Okay, so I would quickly at least whisper to this woman, like, hey, do you see that? I mean, do you sense that? Look at that. Look at that.
Hey, check that out.
Look at that kind of thing. I certainly wouldn't raise the alarm to the rest of the party yet, but since she's right next to me, I would say, what's that kind of thing? I mean, other than, of course, it's a cat, but
as you both start looking at it, give me a knowledge nature. Okay. The more you guys look at it, you're pretty sure this is actually a tiger. But
maybe it's not a displacer beast or anything else like that.
no, let's the more you guys kind of whisper back and forth.
Yeah.
Do you guys stop or do you guys continue moving towards it?
I'm going to follow her lead because this is her forest. And I would say, hey, we got a bunch of people behind us. And she knows that. So
okay.
we're in her territory. We're in her house kind of thing.
Then she would stop as soon as you had a slightly alarmed tone with her, she would have stopped.
Okay.
You guys have stopped there.
I mean, the rest of the party doesn't know why we've stopped, but
We do know
But-
we stopped.
like I said, as you guys start looking at this,
Hey, why have we stopped?
this is a rather large, you're pretty certain this is a tiger, but this isn't just a tiger. This is a rather large one.
Tony the tiger.
This is like
Liger.
tiger without the cereal. No, this is,
He does have the bandana.
matter of fact, with
and a pitcher of milk.
right.
It's
So
a great tiger.
you would consider this, the size of this thing as you're getting closer, this is a dire tiger. So
Yeah.
very large, very dangerous animal. And this one's also white, which makes it kind of unique.
Beautiful. All right.
And actually, that's actually what Mumpo would probably think of it. You would look at this animal if you were looking at it and you're like, okay, if it wasn't staring at me like it's going to eat me, this is a beautiful creature.
If
You
you
bet.
found one or two more, you could go to Vegas and have a show.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say that out loud.
Hey, let's catch this one and we can find another one. Now, as you're sitting there, she leans over to you and
Gives me a
says-
big kiss.
Yeah, gives you a big kiss. And licks you on the face. That's it.
Hey,
She leans
that'll
over.
do.
That'll do.
Good girl.
She does have dog-like features. You just don't know where that tongue's been.
Does it matter?
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know. I'm somewhat familiar with cats, and I've seen what they
Nah.
lick.
Yeah.
Yeah, does it? Anyway,
No.
we digress.
I digress.
She leans over to you, and
Why doesn't mine lick his balls?
I mean, she's got the same
Doesn't have any-
thing you do. She's like, that's a beautiful creature, but something's wrong with it. And she says, just so you know, there's a fair amount of the spirits here that think the tiger is
The asshole of the forest.
or not.
Or maybe not.
Or
I'm
maybe
thinking not.
something.
Did I get that lesson wrong?
Yes, maybe you got that lesson a little bit wrong. She'll basically say there's a lot of spirits in the forest that pretty much think this is a worship thing or a
Yeah.
A cow in India.
yes, very much so.
All right, I got to pull up mine. I had
But she's also nervous because she's like, she agrees with you. This thing is measuring you like it's figuring out when, not if, when it wants to pounce. But she does tell you there's something wrong with it.
Do you have any ability to tame the beast? To,
Hold on a minute. That's, I haven't had my, I don't have my character pulled up yet.
Attitude modification.
Stop it.
Sorry,
Bad kid.
bad kid.
Imagine how big a dire tiger would be. A tiger. Aren't tigers usually about 4 to 5 feet at the shoulder?
They're big. I don't know if they're that big.
Or about 4 feet at the shoulder.
maybe 4 tops.
Maybe 4.
That's a big one.
So a
But they're
dire,
long.
so a
They're not-
dire tiger would probably be what, 6 feet,
5 or
7
6,
feet?
Yeah.
It's probably at least 1.5 times the size, so probably 6
It's a
feet.
tiger the size of a horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
All right. Using one of my, as my animal domain, I can speak with animals. And
You do that, and all of a sudden there's like 400 things that answer you. What? We're busy.
What do you want?
I say,
You're like,
greetings.
this guy again.
If I have to roll a diplomacy check, I will. But greetings, fair beast, fair tiger of the forest.
And you emphasize the word fair, right?
Yes,
is it?
quite fair.
You're not going to kill us. Fair.
Gentle tiger.
What did Don call tigers? Assholes of the forest?
Yeah.
Greetings, asshole of the forest.
Okay, as you start to say something,
Not
I don't
that.
say,
it
I don't say
lunges
squat.
and starts and tears off towards you.
I didn't like being called an asshole.
He's bluffing.
Now, as you continue to talk to it,
Hold your ground. I'll pull you out of its mouth later.
it slows as it approaches you, but you can tell this cat is still very much on guard. But it lunges like the thought of you appearing, like the you kind of startled it with appearing, your voice appearing in its head, and it lunged because of that. But as you continue, probably very, probably a little fearfully. No, good kitty.
Good kitty.
Big
Um,
kitty.
As you
Friends,
can,
not good.
as you continue that,
All the way
it
to
seems to slow to a trot. Lays pointer out. But it still seems very much on guard. Do you have the rules, or can you see what the rules are for using that to change?
Well, I'm looking at my wild empathy on my, improve the attitude of animals, 1 die 20 plus 12. Influence a magical beast with intelligence of 1 or 2. But if it's got an intelligence of only 1 or 2, it's at a -4 penalty. So I would say that I roll a 1 die 20 plus, you tell me.
What did it say to add to it? 12?
Yeah, 1 die 20 plus 12, unless it's an intelligence of 1 or 2, and then it'd be 1 die 20 plus 8.
Do 12.
Give me a second. Nice, 29. I mean, all I'm trying to do is we're not a threat. And I mean, I'm being as respectful as I can. I got to step away just for a minute.
Okay. So this happens over the course of about 30 seconds.
I gotta come on. Look out, dog.
So I would say pretty much, where is Erebus on the wagon list?
He's on the back wagon with me.
Erebus and Esteban are both in the same wagon. They're both in the back.
Yes.
Okay. So everyone but those two would probably have a chance to. The wagons all stop for about 30 seconds while this is happening. So at the stage we are right now, where he's frantically trying to talk the tiger down, the wagons have been stopped for about 30 seconds.
Right.
So Esteban and Erebus would not have had a chance, or would probably leave their post to come to the front. The rest of you, though, are on middle wagons or on horses scouting throughout. So the rest of you could have been, after 30 seconds, would you have continued up? Would you have just stayed where you're at?
I'm staying where I'm at
I am also.
because that's a military thing.
Okay. And you guys are on the middle, like the second or third wagon?
I think so. Third wagon.
I'm pretty close to the front.
You're in the second wagon.
I think I'm doing
Balana's in the second wagon.
second or third.
You're in the third.
Third, yeah.
Okay, so probably Balana and Nish are probably the only ones that could see this going on or would have a chance to come up
Okay.
to interact or whatever. So,
He can stay in his post.
okay, so I need perceptions from Balana and Nisha then. And Jamie and Les, like I said, you guys have, the wagons have stopped. But like I said, since your position is in the back,
Hmm.
it's not that uncommon for them to stop for a minute or two at a time. So at this stage, with you guys being that far back, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on.
Front, or if there's anything that needs your attention. So this is kind of a normal, okay, maybe they're trying to backtrack or they're trying to figure out how to get around, you know.
Yeah, I can't imagine we're in the middle of the woods. I imagine there's stops all the time.
Yeah. So like I said, short stops, you wouldn't even bat an eye, wouldn't even think that, you know, there's even a reason to be concerned.
Pretty sure my brain wouldn't go immediately to, oh, dire tiger,
Oh,
probably.
I think there's a diagram.
Mumpo's got it though.
But Mumpo's got it.
Mumpo, quick, check his paw. Pull out a thorn. He hasn't got his headset on.
Casting the new coins, but
So
You back, Doug?
we can't hear you.
you're on mute, Doug.
Like every Zoom meeting ever.
You're muted, Dougal.
I know what that word was.
I didn't mute myself, so I'm not sure what happened. So, all right, I'm back, obviously.
Don't need
So-
sound to know what that word
I
was.
know.
I missed it. What was the word?
What was the word?
Well, screw that.
That was so awesome.
I
They didn't
know.
fix that. Okay, so Doug, you kind of do your best Crocodile Dundee impression.
Yeah.
Do the whole, you know, hands up like this, doing that, and the cat, like I said, was looking at you guys suspiciously as you started talking to it, but as you kind of have your hand out, kind of palms, you know, facing it, kind of, hey, we're not a threat. You make enough of a connection with the cat to get your point across, which does settle it down, but you do know there's something wrong or there's pain inside this cat. You do feel that.
It's got a thorn in its foot.
Yeah, that's it. Try that. I'd run up and grab its paw.
Can I roll a knowledge nature or
Give me a handle animal or a knowledge nature, whichever you're best at.
no, it's my knowledge nature. I want to make sure that oh, only roll a 2. All right, I just got to make sure my macro is up to date, which I think it is. But anyway, yes, my knowledge nature was an 18.
Give me a handle animal. Read into that. That wasn't enough.
Okay, I don't have a.
That's better. That's good enough.
Tad bit better.
Like I said, there's something that has got this tiger distraught, but you're quite certain that what it was doing right there, it's just hungry. It just saw you as food.
Remind me, do we have any of the livestock like the pigs or whatnot that we brought so that the winter wolf.
I'm gonna say whatever you guys lost the winter wolf when you guys left.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but do we have any livestock that we brought with us?
That's kind of a Don question, and to be honest, you guys were filled up with whatever you asked for when you left. So whatever, within reason, you didn't like Grinch, fill the
Right.
wagon like 30
Right.
feet up in the air, but within reason, whatever you guys wanted as far as supplies, they gave you those in that town as another go away.
So
Go
we
away.
have, so we have a 40-pound bag of dire tiger food.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it at the Farm Bureau.
We asked for one of those.
Yeah, they had a Costco there. and you
Yeah,
got- you
At
got the-
Costco.
Yeah.
Tiger Chow.
At Costco.
You get two 40-pound bags.
Okay.
Okay, well, then I would say, hey, bring up one of these, one of the pigs.
The closest thing we would have to meat would be cured meats like jerkies, maybe some hams, things like that. We have no way of keeping these things cold. We didn't bring a lot of livestock with us because you're not going to put them in the wagon and they're not going to follow along because it'd be too slow. So
Okay,
You
then
you might have had some meat with you for the beginning of the trip,
it's from the beginning of the trip, but
but for
what we have left.
for the reasons you just said,
Right.
you'd be eating well for the first few days. After that, you're going to be living pretty much on jerky and
Right. And we're not-
anything
And
that
we're
will
not
stay.
hunting in this forest because of, we're not supposed to hurt anything.
Right.
All right,
The best we've got, the closest thing we've got to meat.
Like I said, you probably would have meats at this stage.
all right, I would
Oh,
suggest that I offer up
Yeah, you're
so
a
we
day
do
into
have-
this.
We do have some meat available.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
you've still got cheeses and you've still got
Oh,
all
we
kinds of
got
other stuff.
cheeses.
You've got all kinds of stuff.
Grains,
Yeah,
bread.
but even stuff that's perishable, you probably would have left with that stuff, knowing that's the first stuff we're using.
We're gonna eat.
Right, yeah.
So we at least get fresh stuff and good stuff for the first several days or first week. After that, we're stuck with jerky,
Right.
dried,
Non-perishable stuff.
yeah, the non-perishable
Nuts.
stuff. Yeah, nuts, that kind of stuff. But for the first little bit, I would imagine you would have brought pretty much whatever.
Yeah, this
'cause-
is like day 2 or 3. We still have some.
yeah,
of it,
you're
so.
day 2 from leaving town.
Okay. So yeah, we do have some meats available.
I would offer, say, we can provide you with some meat to satiate your hunger.
Okay. All right. So one of you guys runs back and grabs something. That was a question for you, Doug.
Doug, do you run back and get something? Do you send
Yes, all right, and I will ask someone to go get it, whoever is acting as quartermaster, we need to feed this dire tiger.
The closest person to you that would probably kind of fill that role would be Sandra, because he's in this front first
He's in the
wagon.
first wagon.
I would address my request to Sandra then.
Oh, yeah. He goes back to wagon 3, grabs some stuff, brings it back to you, hands it to you,
Yes. And then goes back to the wagon.
and he goes back to the wagon.
Okay, then I take what I've been given, dismount, and gently, with great respect, place it before the beast.
Okay. Okay, give me one more of your, what's
Handle
that?
animal or,
Not the handle, the first thing you rolled, the empathy or whatever.
okay,
You've basically taken it from hostile to indifferent. The food's gonna help with this roll. I wanna see if you guys can go any further. Indifferent one. It was pissed off 3 when you first found it.
That's just a different one.
Okay, so we're 20. All right. The tiger does not communicate with you like a typical animal would, and you think this is because of whatever is wrong with it or broken in it is keeping it from doing that. But it does get very calm around you once you feed it, and you can tell basically just because of your class, you can tell it no longer has any kind of hostile intentions. It's very calm and it's enjoying eating the food.
Mhm.
Okay. I gotta step away again.
We throw as much jerky as we can at it.
Really hard.
Like we do.
As hard as we can, small pieces.
Yeah, we just like we're whipping jerky at it.
Okay. So by this actually takes several minutes. So at this stage, even those of you who are in the back would know this wasn't a typical stop. So which ones of you are coming forward? Just so I know who's got potential to see this.
Well, I'm gonna wagon.
Back.
When they came back to get whatever food they gave it, I would have noticed something.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would get out of the wagon.
She would have passed the wagon.
Right.
So, hold on,
Right. I would get out and just
Okay.
stand next to the back of the wagon to see what's going on.
And there's
Sorry,
8
no.
wagons. You're probably on the right side about wagon 3 or 4,
Yeah.
probably about halfway. So
And
you would have
Mitch-
seen them come back.
Mitch is getting more nervous and watching behind us
Okay.
because that's what he's doing.
So he stays there, but just watches behind.
Right.
What about Erebus and Esteban?
I'm staying in the back. If we're doing rear guard right now, then I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, same. I'm like, yeah, we don't really know what's going on, do we?
Like I said, this is just a longer stop than typical. It's very common for you guys to stop for a minute or two and then everything to continue on. This is going on like 5-6 minutes now.
Yeah, I think Erebus is right. I don't know that we would be all that hot to leave our posts.
Okay, all right. So those of you that have come forward, I need perceptions from all of you. So basically it's everyone except for Les, Jamie, and Don. One of Don's. Wow. Holy crap. I am killing her.
She is such a bitch.
Yes,
You tried already.
I thought a 27 was good. She was a 29.
No, everyone did awesome.
You need a perception check from Munpo?
Yeah, that's 2.
Erebus yells from the back. I saw that.
And Bumper missed it by 1 too.
Well, that's what I figured. I'm standing right in front of this beast if he's doing anything, so.
Now you went up front, right? Okay. Okay,
Is that the same song we were hearing before?
could be. So Balana and Drennick, you guys you're just one wagon behind them, so you come up and just kind of, saddle up next to Balana and say, hey, what's going on up
What's
there?
going on up there?
I don't know, let's go find out.
And so she's like, I don't know. And you guys are kind of just sitting there together, just kind of looking at that and look what's going on.
Yeah.
We got higher.
I did.
Balana did.
I'm blinded. That's right.
So right before you guys are ready to take off, Balana's like, what's that? And kind of like reaches over, close to you. You ever
Turns
lean?
your face.
Well, you ever point to someone, leans over and like puts her arm right against your face
Right,
so you
yeah.
can see
Right,
just,
exactly
right
what's
down
on.
her arm. She does that
Mhm.
and she kind of doesn't whisper.
It's a stage whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see a ghost tiger. I don't know how else to put it. You see a tiger off to the side, paying very close attention to what's going on in front,
Okay.
but it's not there completely.
So you can kind of see through it.
You can
It's a
kind of see
safety
through
tiger.
it. But you needed 27 to see it. So like I said, 2 people missed it by 1.
Oh, man.
So you guys see this tiger, you guys were going to go up, but when you see this, you guys stop and are kind of looking
Oh.
back and forth doing a play-by-play.
Yeah.
like looking at this tiger and then looking what's going on with Mumpo in the dire tiger and going back and forth. The spirit tiger, for all intents and purposes, seems to be very interested in what's going on.
Watching what's going on.
It's watching what's going on. And when you guys saw it, it's right before Mumpo gave it the food, and it looked to be not really aggressive, but it was at the ready as this was going
Okay,
on.
you can kind of tell when a cat's ready to pounce.
Right, it was at the ready. As soon as Mumpo, got down off the horse and went over and presented the food and, kept talking nice to it and kept, trying to calm the thing down. It seemed to, after a second, it kind of stood up away, off of its lower ready to pounce stance. And then after a few seconds after that, it almost behaved more like a house cat, just kind of a very nonchalant, sat down on its butt, and then just sat there. A very
Pretty good jerky.
a very non-concerned kind of,
Ghosts don't act.
And after, Mumpo's probably spent a good minute there just trying, walking up the, bringing the food, kind of maybe petting a little bit, kind of, talking nice to it, that kind of stuff.
Good kitty.
Yeah, good kitty. Scratching behind its ears or whatever.
Let me rub the belly.
The
Rub the
longer
belly.
that happened, the more content and the more at ease this spirit tiger got.
Okay.
Until at some point, it kind of looks back, looks at you two, makes eye contact with you, so it knows
that we're watching.
it knows that you two are watching it, but it looks at you and you almost, you'd never say this because you don't think that cats can do this, but you almost see something equivalent to a smile, and then it turns around and casually walks back.
Cats in the wild don't purr. This thing almost looked like it was purring.
After, like I said, it was very intent on what Mumpo was doing. Mumpo didn't see this, which
Right.
makes sense. Mumpo's
He's focused on
focus is,
Have something in front of them.
Yeah, he's
I've got a very dangerous cat in front of me that I'm trying to, so Mumpo didn't notice this, but like I said, you guys see this, it seems to almost take comfort in what he did, and after that, it seems to turn around and disappears almost playfully into the overgrowth or the canopy, and is gone. Now, like I said, you guys didn't tell anybody because as soon as it started doing this, you guys are like, oh my gosh, it's
I
looking
want
at
to
this. And,
talk to Miearo tonight at camp.
okay. Like I said, you guys have,
I'll talk to you now. Ghosts? What Valana believe, ghosts are usually stuck in like a time.
Right.
This guy was in the present watching what was going on
and reacting
and
to it.
reacting to it.
Right.
I don't know if the spirits in this fort can take animal forms. But I'm gonna ask Meow tonight about stuff like that.
She should know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's our best resource for information.
Alana, she dies once and she's the next door on ghosts.
This was like, she didn't know anything.
He's such a
Smug little high die roller.
Right. Yeah.
Not a high roller, a high die
High
roller.
die roller.
Most of Bolana's information about ghosts is from stories. I will tell you that.
She knows a lot.
Oh, I
And
know.
Balana and her, I assume, are pretty dang.
But we don't talk about ghosts all the
right,
time.
the three of them. You see Nisha, Balana, and Amiko. They're very frequently together, hanging out,
yeah.
playing around, talking, laughing. Those three are not inseparable, but
Looking at one person or another and then giggling and
right. One of the favorite pastimes is to all get together and then look at Mitch and point and laugh. And Mitch is like, what? And they just keep doing it just because it bugs him.
yeah. Bolana actually likes that game.
So yeah. So I'm sure she'd know something just from hanging out with Nisha. Nisha never used to be this way when you guys first started venturing, but the longer you guys adventure, the more creepy she gets. The more she seems in tune with spirits and
You mean after she came back from the dead, she's a little weirder?
Yeah.
she actually probably is.
I've seen this movie.
I've seen this movie.
She's more introspective now.
Have you guys ever seen Pet Cemetery? Just
That's the movie I was thinking of.
don't worry about this at all. I'm sure everything's fine.
I'll be watching. I'm gonna get some special Achilles tendon armor.
So Mumpo, you get this cat, very calm. Like I said, you kind of feel bad for it because there's something missing or something wrong with it. But you do feel good about yourself, how quickly you were able to calm the monster, and then, in your own little way, make it feel better. And it doesn't show affection in a typical way like a cat would to like its master, but it's a very contented look, as after it's done eating, it just kind of turns and walks away.
Well, emergency averted. Let's go.
You lost all the XP from that.
Why?
I was waiting for arguments. You beat the encounter.
Yeah, we get the XPs.
All right. So it was already afternoon when this happened. The rest of the day goes pretty much uneventful. So you guys get to a spot. Setting up camp takes you about twice as long as it did before, because Miearo and Mumpo were so difficult.
Oh, well, we can't just clear an
But
area,
you can't,
circle the wagon,
clear area,
and-
start cutting stuff down, make a fire, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you guys know why they're being difficult, but yeah, I mean, they're pretty much, as you guys set up, they're like, okay, can you pull the wagon over there? Can you do this? Can you not set this up right here? Can you do, they spend quite a bit of that time as you guys set up your camp, so it does take you
Mitch
longer.
argues with him about just leaving them in a line,
Yeah.
but at least we get them a little closer together and
Right.
sometimes side by side.
So you guys get your camp set up again, single campfire.
Small.
That like I said, Miearo and Mumpo kind of sanction. Okay, this is what you can have. This is the size. It's right here. This is where it needs to be. You guys go through the night. Again, twice
A
tonight.
lot of us talked to Miearo that evening.
Okay, let's
Like,
do that first. So I imagine. Okay, so all of you guys are probably around for the campfire. You guys.
Yeah.
I assume the PCs get together and just kind of eat together and kind of chat about the day and all that kind of stuff. So you guys are all around the fire.
But a cat.
Cat.
We saw
Those
ghosts.
cats, that's okay.
It's
So-
all like, hey, losers, you guys got any more jerky?
Yeah, that's right.
Les and Esteban are like, we came to where the jerky was. We're going to get some. It's all gone.
It's all gone. Who took all the freaking jerky?
You took it off to feed a tiger.
Suddenly 2 dire tigers show up.
Yeah.
He brought his friend.
What happens when you feed one?
These are the guys I was telling you about.
This is why you don't feed strays.
You guys get into this forest, you've got like a herd of dire tigers behind you.
Guess as long as they're not eating us, I guess.
So around the fire, any conversations? I assume that you guys share all this, so all of you know what has transpired here.
She asked these questions out loud in front of everyone.
So what questions do you have for Miearo?
When you guys were encountering the white tiger in front of the caravan, Drinick and I saw another white tiger spirit or ghost. Do the spirits in this forest often take animal shape?
She said it depends on the spirit. Could be a kami. They can take different forms and they can show up as spirit.
Tell me more about these kamis because I want to know about.
They're spirits. They're usually tasked with guarding something, protecting something. She said we met one. That's who it was when you guys fixed
The first day.
the first day when you guys fixed
obelisk.
the obelisk. She said I don't know that of that one, but with what he said afterwards and what you guys did,
You identify him
it's
as a kami.
obvious. Yeah, he's a kami, and it's obvious to me that that shrine was his ward, was his his stewardship. He was in charge of
Okay.
that. Which is why you guys got the blessing that you did, because
We hope.
most people would have passed through. If you wouldn't have done anything else worse to it, I don't think anything would have happened. If you guys would have defiled it further or taken something away from it, obviously I don't think he would have prevailed against you, but I think he probably would have attacked you.
Okay.
Because that was his ward. The kami they've all got a certain thing or certain something that they're in charge of, either protecting
Either an item or an area or
exactly
an animal,
right.
perhaps.
Now she said there are some spirits, brother, and she said, I think I might know of the one that you were talking about. Many years ago, there was a hunter that was in this area of the woods, and he was known for killing tigers, and he was very good at it.
Oh, crap.
He would take
Damn it.
Mumpo's disgusted by your tiger story.
Yes.
I guess his wings are done.
Mumpo's like, screw that.
Yeah,
I'm going.
my guess our wings are done.
Or overdone at this point.
Overdone.
Sorry about that.
How are the wings done?
I haven't tried them yet, but yeah, this is the only one Costco. They don't sell the Tyson ones anymore.
We thought that was what the dang it was about.
No, I never get old, man. I've left my glasses over the. I sit down, ready to go. Damn it!
Fuzzy, I can't read.
I can't see the computer screen.
What the freak's going on? Oh yeah, I need glasses.
Glasses.
So she's telling you, she's like, this hunter this hunter's name was Kungyang. If this was indeed who this was, which from what you've said, I think it might have been.
Okay.
He was a great hunter, and he would hit. His prowess was so that any other animal in the forest was not worth his time, and he became known for killing tigers.
Okay.
He was eventually tracked down by a group of kami, and he was
Damn commies.
and he was killed for that.
Okay.
They also somehow cursed him, and he became a tormented spirit. And because of the guilt and what they corrupted him with, he is a protector. In his afterlife, he's a protector of the tigers.
Okay.
So dishonor on him and dishonor on his cow.
Yeah. So based on what you've seen, a lot of times there are stories that he does appear as a tiger. And I assume you tell him everything that I told you, all the details of what he looked like.
Right. And he almost smiled.
Right. And as you say that, she said, the more details you tell me of this, I really think it was him.
So one
He-
point, congratulations by
He has killed,
befriending that cat. We may have earned respect of another kami.
and he is a particular nasty one. He is a very powerful one.
He's one we don't want to piss off.
Exactly.
Right. So,
Well,
And then-
Mumpo just jumped a level.
and so,
Got my vote.
got my vote. And so, I mean, she'll take this as another opportunity to say, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Things aren't always how they appear. And those of you who are martial are probably sitting back thinking, holy crap, if I'd have saw that, I'd have jumped up and attacked this thing and ended the threat.
Yep.
And so those who are martial, like, that's how I would have handled
Mitch
it.
knows that would have been a dead tiger.
Right. Just makes you guys think again. You don't know how powerful this thing was, but you guys are creeped out by all these spirits and all these ghosts.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that evening then,
mhm,
because of Mitch's reaction saying, "Hey, if I'd have seen that thing, I'd have attacked it and everything."
mhm.
Bolana will have another conversation like she had that one day about taking different tactics, and
It's not always about killing things.
it's not always about killing. And
But like I said, the night goes okay. There are still 2 times that night that everyone's woke up. Once is an intense fear that kind of ripples through the entire camp.
Okay.
But basically, anyone who doesn't have at least a 10 will save, like a 10 bonus for will save, was probably affected. Your will save is a +10 or better.
I'm checking.
And if your will save is 10 or better, you were just uncomfortable, as like kind of woken up and uncomfortable as something seemed to pass through the camp. Those who have 10 or less, you were actively frightened. Like if you were asleep, you were woken up out of your sleep, like holy crap, like you just came out of a terrible nightmare.
Thanks to the +1 on all saves for a month, Bolana has an 11.
Okay, so she was just uncomfortable.
Mitch
Was freaked out.
freaked out.
But like I said, this kind of swept the entire camp all at once. And it was gone as quick as it came.
What's your save? 12. Yeah, 12. Okay.
Okay, like I said, those of you who have a +11 or better, you were just on. If you were asleep, you were woken up. If you were already up on watch, all of a sudden something like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Just uncomfortable, but yeah.
But everyone was woken up when that happened. Everyone. And like I said, your reaction was based on what your will save was.
Yeah.
So that's one of the times you guys were up. The other time, randomly, whoever I'm not gonna say, but basically, whoever was on watch, a lot of blue looked like spirits started coming from one direction and started moving towards the caravan.
Okay.
After there was more than probably 6 or 7, the alarm went out. Hey, there's something approaching.
Yep.
As you guys were getting up, the things kind of got out, kind of encircled the camp, and they kind of got to the other side, kind of came together, and then continued on.
Wow.
They didn't affect.
Wow.
Didn't affect.
So
So like I said,
It's like we're in the
creepy stuff.
Yeah.
But like again, same thing. If when you got Miearo around, and actually Nisha's probably a little more confident once she's been in here for a while. She's probably a little more confident giving advice with these things as well. You still catch Nisha will talk with Miearo about certain things, but basically a lot of times you're getting stay back, don't do that, don't look at that, don't have keep the light down, cover the campfire light. There's
nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Go back to your homes.
Move along.
Move along. Move along.
Who's coming?
Oh, okay, because that's what it actually was before too.
It was
Who's asking?
Bolana is asking because she's spending all this time with her.
Yes. And Blonde's pretty intelligent, and she always rolls freaking natural 20s. Because Blonde cheats. Cheater Bolana.
She just got word cheaper.
I still haven't figured out the cheat API here.
So I will say probably Bolana's the first to notice that. Yeah. She caught Nisha a few times that evening, while I was cooking meals or whatever, just kind of humming. And after a little bit, she realized it was the same tune that you guys thought you heard, at least what she thought she heard.
And I agree, it was a catchy tune, but it's just a little weird.
Esteban was going to take off his clothes and run towards it.
He's a little weird.
A little weird.
Look, I've already resigned myself to making certain sacrifices for this team.
You're sick.
Let's take him over the team.
If I hear a woman's voice, I rip off all my clothes and run towards it. So
So I
those,
don't push the issue too much with you just humming a song and everything. So
she's smart. She'll probably ask her things. When she asked Nisha, are you possessed? She's like, no.
Really?
Really?
Oh,
No.
really?
And neither am I.
She seems to be acting normal, but like I said, she's probably the first one to notice that, yeah. Just when she's not thinking, like making stuff, doing stuff, just whatever, she does seem to hum
Okay.
tunes. And one of them she picked up on, she's like, that's what I thought you guys don't know the tune. You can't None of you guys are musical enough to explain what the tune was to someone else. You just know you heard something. So she can't get with Mitch and say, hey, that tune that went like, no, you guys don't know that. You just know you heard a tune. Balana's the first one to notice that, wait a minute, that tune she was just humming, that's the tune I thought I heard yesterday, or actually earlier today.
Okay, at this point, I'm not calling her out on it. I'm just.
Yeah. Plenty of time for that later.
Just
So-
keeping an eye on her. That morning before we leave, I do want to talk to Munpo.
Okay.
Munpo,
Yeah.
I am sorry that I bullied you or mistreated you in any way when you were a little
Little punk kid,
pissy
wheelchair.
punk 105-year-old
Yeah,
dwarf.
105-year-old kid.
What I did was wrong, and I hope you can forgive me.
And this
How many times are you willing to suck my balls?
No.
No. And with that, the great axe comes out. And so no, that was actually Mitch. Well, you knew that was Mitch.
Yeah, it was Mitch. No.
It was Balana.
I am willing to separate you from your balls. And then, we can
No, all is forgiven. That was a long time ago.
make soup on it.
I mean, seriously, I mean, he appreciates the apology, but quite frankly, after everything that has happened, then, his response would be, my friend and compatriot,
dying tomorrow.
that's a lot of water.
Yeah, we've been through enough together where you
Yeah.
can come past that. But I just wanted to make sure you were aware that I'm sorry for what I did before.
That's fine. As long as we, one night with Balana, that's all right. Yeah.
And you see Balana actually shed a tear whenever Mitch does that. She's so proud.
Yeah, she's raising her mind.
So
So that's why she's shedding a tear?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, there's probably other reasons too. But, all right, so that goes on. That's what happens overnight. So like I said, again, not a super restful night. But it is what it is in the forest. Next day, you guys get up, break camp. You're doing the same thing going through that. This is your third full day in the forest.
Yep.
Mid-morning, I need everyone to give me a perception just to see who notices it first.
Polana's gonna do it with her eyes closed just to give people a fair shot.
She's going to be in a covered wagon with her eyes closed. Holy crap, people. Dang.
You want us to suck at it?
Well, I've been
What?
giving lessons.
This is how you cheat, guys. Watch this. Okay, at least Mitch is,
Yeah, you expect that from me.
So everyone is mid-20s. Everyone except Mitch.
Except Mitch.
Okay.
This is the only one not punished for cheating.
So Mitch is the only one who survives because he's the one who didn't cheat.
Wow.
Okay, as you guys are traveling in the morning, probably just those in the front probably see it first. So it starts with Mitch and probably Miearo, then it goes to probably Nisha, and then like I said, all the way back. You guys see a large bird. And then as you focus on it, you realize it's not a large bird because this thing is probably 1,000, 2,000 feet up in the air. And it looks like a large bird.
That would not be a bird.
That would not be a bird. Those of you who have any kind of nature knowledge or any kind of knowledge of engineering can make a roll to identify animals, creatures, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Holy crap. Mumpo knows its name.
it's
And-
posted in the
And its
middle.
genealogy.
He knows the name that its mother calls
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Pet name.
Well, Honor rolled under 20.
Thankfully, okay, I don't have to, wow,
Yeah.
Erebus.
Mitch
good
didn't
roll.
see it in the first place.
I rolled well.
So, okay, so I see Erebus, Mitch, Mumpo. Anybody else want to jump in on this? You've got two people who did it,
Yeah,
On a knowledge and age, did you say?
either knowledge nature or knowledge dungeoneering.
I'm kind of a city
Kind of a
boy.
generic thing that kind of allows you to not, identify anything you find in a dungeon, which kind of is a catch-all. Okay, so Mumpo's the first one. So Mumpo, as you are looking, just kind of lost in conversation with Miearo, just kind of talking about the forest and all that kind of stuff, and about how these punks behind you don't respect it enough. You kind of just gaze up at the sky and you see something and you kind of zoom in on it. She stops her talking when she sees you're not paying attention to her. She looks up at it, and within a few seconds, you see probably okay, you guys haven't seen one before. So I would say you see the largest green dragon you've ever seen.
Ooh,
Now, granted, a 3-foot
And
dragon would be large,
return to the elemental evil is flashing before my
Yeah.
eyes.
but
wait, Mitch has an arrow of dragon slaying.
Yeah, no, an outsider slaying.
yes, you see the largest dragon you've ever seen. And just because you got a 33, you know its middle name and all that kind of stuff. You're quite certain this green dragon is at least twice the size of the white dragon that you guys fought in the one that almost killed Mitch.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Very, very large green dragon.
Bigger they are, the harder they
Harder
fall.
Ridge Falls.
That was a pretty matured white dragon too, right?
well, that kind of worked out well.
The dragon you guys fought was one step above mature.
Right.
So it was either young, I think it was adult.
Right. So this is like an elder.
So this one's
A full adult.
let's put in terms that you guys can understand easier. The white dragon you fought before was a CR9 creature. You're thinking this one's somewhere in the CR 14 or 15 territory.
Nice.
Let's go back and kill the white one again.
Yeah, he perfected that.
So we send Mitch in first again, right?
So,
Draw my bow.
and like I said, everyone who saw this, the only two that identified it pretty quickly are Erebus and Mumpo, but I'm sure you guys would, as the other people are saying, what the freak is that? You got one in the front of the wagons, one in the back. I'm sure you two knowing would spread to the rest of the caravan
Yeah.
fairly
That and
rapidly.
the fact we start yelling green dragon.
No, it actually,
Okay, so Mitch
it's about 1,000 feet up, and it seems very focused and just
going
on a
somewhere.
beeline. It's
That's got
going
things to do.
somewhere.
People eat.
Let it go.
As
Yeah,
far as you can tell,
Yeah.
it doesn't take notice of you.
Good.
yeah.
Let
Let's
it
not
go.
interfere.
Well,
But as like Doug, as you're up front, you're talking to Miearo and you point that out and you're like, that's a green dragon. She'll tell you when you identify it for her. After you say that, she'll be like, oh yeah, we do have several of those here. And she said, and that's a very
Yeah, did I not mention that?
Right.
yeah, really. What?
last time we played, she actually did mention. She
Ah.
specifically mentioned that she knew there were some green dragons in the forest. Now Mumpo, when you pointed out and you kind of talk about how large and probably old that one is,
She knows.
she's like, if that's the largest one, that would be Tyranthraxus.
Oh yeah, of course.
He owes me money.
He owes me money.
It's okay.
It's okay. Let it go.
He does it now.
Wasn't the dragon in Flan Tyranthraxus?
That's where I got the name from.
Yeah. I picked up what you put down.
Okay, I'm giving you 500 XP for remembering that.
Well, that's
Fuck up.
unfair.
Benefits of growing up with me.
Yeah.
So did any of you guys ever play the SSI Gold Box D&D games when they came out like in the 90s?
No.
Like video games?
They're the
Yes,
first
you
D&D,
Ingredients.
they're the first D&D games that came out for the computer.
Right.
And like I said, it was probably early 90s. No, I'm sorry, that was late 80s.
No, that was 86,
Late
87.
The
Yeah.
90s they made them.
I don't.
Couldn't afford a computer.
I couldn't either. I just went over to Mike's to play.
Did they work on the Commodore 64?
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say.
Commodore 64 is actually what we played on.
Wow,
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah,
I
our
had
friend
one of those.
our friend Tom had a copy,
Yeah, I think I'm
and then so yeah, I saved up every penny I could get, and then eventually I got one, and so we would all go over to his house or my house.
load, comma, 8.
Yeah.
Exactly, load comma 8, and then there was the little 180K floppy disk that you'd
Yep.
you'd leave one section in the game. Okay, insert disk A, insert disk E.
Yep.
So,
Like trying to install Word Perfect on a 486 DX.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she'll actually say that is kind of large. If that is, I bet that's who that is. She's like, that's a very old green dragon.
Kind of a good omen for us, isn't it?
And she said,
Oh, yeah.
we're actually
Believe
heading.
it craps on us.
She said, I'm going to take us around where he lives, but we are heading that direction.
Okay, I like the around part.
Yeah, you like the around part.
She's like, yeah, he's known. Everyone gives him space.
Nice.
Let's do the same thing.
Doug, with that amazing roll you did, I'm gonna give you some extra information that you would pick up on or know.
All right.
I'm not doing it right now in front of everybody.
All right.
So I'm gonna put the burden on you to look me up after this or get in touch with me or whatever.
Okay. It will probably not be tonight. I have to be at work at 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Lucky dog.
Yeah.
So you guys, the rest of this day is very slow going, but uneventful.
Okay.
There's no creepy, you actually don't see any of those kind of artificially dark areas. You're going through today seems more like you're going through just a standard forest. There's very little creepy. That has been the case up to this point. So you guys get through there. The night, yes,
That evening,
yes, that evening.
when
The dragon lands and says, I heard you guys have jerky.
I saw a tiger.
Ghost Tiger told me.
when Misha is in this kind of state where she's almost sleeping,
Mhm.
I tap it and say, "What's your name?" Okay. Just trying, son.
But it is driving Blana crazy though, because now that she's identified that,
It's
She
all
see-
ears.
Yeah.
it's all she hears. So it's probably happening more than she thinks it is, or it's probably not happening as much as she thinks it is. But since she's so
But-
focused on that every
It's
time,
all the time.
mhm. Okay, that evening, like I said, same drill as before. One campfire. It takes about twice as long to set up. You guys get it all set up. Tonight, there's only one scare. So this is the first night you've only been awakened once.
Almost restful.
Almost restful. Like I said, today was the most normal forest travel you've had. At night, that all changes that changes back to how it's been every night. It's just creepy. Half the time you feel like you're being watched. There's little glows out there that kind of do their own thing and all that. So as you guys go to sleep, I need a perception check from everyone. This is pretty much right after you guys have eaten, and you guys are kind of between eating and then everybody turning in.
Man, Mitch roll.
Let's see, Balama 22, Mitch 15.
I think
You're any good at 15
15
also.
I ate too much. Too much jerky.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Take another 7. Okay.
Just roll a D8 and give less 2.
Yes. Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
I need a will save from you.
Oh, great.
It's too bad that you need a 20.
Yeah, it
Does
is.
that include the +1 saves for this month?
Plus, no.
Okay. So Doug, you're probably kind of chilling, just kind of looking around, getting ready to thinking about turning in for the night.
Mm-hmm.
You, for a brief second, you hear what sounds like an axe hitting flesh. You know this sound because you fight alongside Mitch. So you're very well versed in what that sounds like. You kind of hear that and you get the feeling you're being watched, and then you get the feeling pretty quickly that there's something around you. And then you're kind of attacked, not physically.
But sarcastically.
You get the
But
feeling.
sarcastically, yeah.
You get the yeah.
I shall taunt you as
You get something's trying to invade your body from a spiritual standpoint.
No, let's put your clothes back on.
Yeah, really.
And then,
Yeah, not this temple, bitch.
and then you tell Esteban, no, stop it.
Yeah, really.
No.
No touchy. No touchy.
Put that away.
You kind of start to call out almost in fear. You feel like you're
I would too. Yeah.
Almost.
It's like,
violated.
Shows up naked.
When the violation gets too fearful, let us
Yeah. Get the jelly. Get the jelly.
know. Jelly. God, that's horrible.
Wow.
Okay, so this took a turn that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
You really should have though.
but like I said, your mind is being assaulted. Let's go with mind. Let's go with mind.
Among other things.
But you try to call out. You can't do it.
You get something in your mouth.
But as of, you guys suck.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
No.
I'm gonna
Not
blow
us,
your
it's not.
mind.
Wow.
He started.
You start.
Mike did. He's the one that had
Hey,
that.
he started.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
So after
Is it a pretzel rod?
We're done.
for now, until you start talking again.
Yeah.
We're gonna twist the next thing you say.
You're the one lobbing softball. man.
Pretty much, yeah. So let's just end with Doug, it got better.
It always does after the jelly.
Just lay back and think of Magnamar.
Gotta go with it.
Just go with it. Through sheer force of will, whatever spirit was trying to get at you, you force away.
All right.
But you sense a lot of evil and anger from whatever was there.
All right.
Message.
All I can do is then if I was awoken or reawakened, since you mentioned that I was getting ready to go to bed,
Yeah.
I am going to just raise an alarm.
Okay. Everyone's woke up again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's because of apparently.
Well.
Apparently it's because
Don't
of,
look at me. It's not me this time.
it's because of Esteban.
This guy.
Esteban and Mumpo.
I learned my lesson on the last violation.
Mumpo yells out,
Hey, I said no. Help, I'm being repressed.
Being repressed.
No,
Bloody peasant. Oh, see that? That's what I'm going on about.
Is she repressing me? Nice.
pressing something.
They spout something about violence inherent in the system.
Yeah, violence inherent in the system. Help. I'm being repressed. Bloody peasant.
it's bloody.
It's
Bloody peasants.
it's systemic repression.
Oh. As long as we
See,
can-
violence inherent in the system. Violence inherent in the system.
So Esteban, not so violent next time.
Yeah.
You bloody peasant. All right. Next day.
Wait a minute.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't get breakfast. What's the deal?
You didn't even get a kiss after that
Yeah,
violation.
really.
You just had dessert.
Almost had a spit take.
That was almost a day. All right.
So the bottom line is I wake everybody up, but because I feel like I'm being, quote, psychically attacked,
Yes.
and there is evil around the thing, there's no one, I mean, I'm gonna certainly talk to our guide through this whole thing. What's going on out here? I mean, before we go back to bed, I want to know what's going on.
She kind of, she looks at you and looks at you like in the eye for an uncomfortable amount of time, like almost trying to look through your eyes. And she says, I think you're all right. But she says, what you described sounds like one of the not so pleasant spirits that are in this forest.
Well, I tell her she needs to console me in a very intimate way.
That's all.
Esteban, you're up.
Oh, sure. Now he wants consolation. First, it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
do.
don't violate me. And now it's like, hold me. I can't be both things.
I can't do both. So yeah, that happens at night. You guys get up. You do get breakfast,
It's sausages.
It's sausage.
where you're sausage, where, which you can't touch. You're afraid of. As daylight comes upon the camp, where you guys are at, like I said, it's the creepiness has been the whole time except for yesterday's travel during the day. Last night, when it got dark, instantly right back until it got light. As soon as light, it's like it turned off. And there's just regular birds chirping. There's no creepy, we're being watched kind of thing. It just kind of,
This is a first.
it's just like you were traveling yesterday. But like I said,
Okay.
there was almost like a light switch turn on and turn off here when it got dark and when it got light again.
Okay.
So you guys get up, break camp.
Yeah.
The travel is pretty easy through the day. You guys break for lunch. Normal lunch. Guys start traveling again. I need a perception check from Esteban and Erebus.
Back people.
Yeah.
Damn. There it was. Wow.
Dang, dude.
What I do?
He's solid.
You belong at that. So Esteban, you're probably still trying to figure out how you're going to explain the violation from last night, so you're not really paying attention.
Probably. Yeah.
That's taking a lot of your brain power. Erebus, I assume you're on a horse.
Yeah,
Of course.
of
So
course.
Of course.
but Esteban, you're actually on the actual wagon up on the top, kind of perched up there.
Okay. With my longbow.
I assume that's kind of what you do, right?
That's my
You're not on a horse,
my
you're actually-
jam.
You're actually up on the wagon, just kind of. That's your turret, so to speak.
Yep.
Okay.
Standing on the
So
wagon with a longbow is my
my guess is you were looking forward when this happened.
probably forward and sides. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're looking around. Erebus, you kind of go back and forth around the back of the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of these extra horses you guys always have. It's no longer the back wagon, which is where Erebus is the last thing. The last thing is a rope with probably 3 or 4 horses.
Yep.
You better not, whatever it
I
is,
was
you
gonna
better
say
not
now
be
it's
stealing our
probably-
horses.
I was gonna say it's probably 2 of the horses now.
Because
Yeah.
one of my horses is there, Eva, and I'll be pissed if I lose it.
Your horse Eva kind of rotates in with the others if you're not riding her.
I know that. That's why I'm worried.
So, like I said, you're looking forward.
Mhm.
Erebus, you just happen to be, you've gone up a little bit too far on, let's say, the right side. And so you kind of just turned your horse to the side to face the caravan to let it get past you again so you can fall in behind it. As
Right.
you go above and you turn your horse sideways, you almost get this sixth sense that something bad is going on. You can't place it, but for a split second, you're looking around, looking behind you, and you're like, something's not right. And as soon as you get that, the entire area is shrouded in darkness.
Oh, wonderful.
But you see the darkness as it approaches.
Right.
The canopy of the forest is kind of breaking up here, and this whole area where it's been less creepy has had a less dense forest than what you guys have been traveling through.
Okay.
But like I said, you get a split second, something's going on, but you don't know what. It's almost like
Right.
a storm. Just as you look back, the canopy that's about 50 feet up, all of a sudden these huge wings that are like feet above the canopy come gliding over, and these large claws come down and grab one of the horses. This thing is tremendously big. Like I said, you saw just the split second as it comes down, and it just kind of like a hawk picking up like a
Yeah.
rabbit.
If
Right.
that thing picked up my horse, it's about to become tremendously dead.
But like I said, its wingspan covers the entire sky from your point of view.
It'll
Yeah,
make a nice.
so-
It'll make a nice tent.
But as it flies away, can I make out any additional details? I mean, is it like a dragon shape or is it?
Oh yeah. It's,
Is it that same? Is that same shitty green dragon that overflew us a couple of days ago?
Erebus, were you one of the ones that saw it the other day?
Yes, yes. And I got a 37.
You know exactly that this is that dragon.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Its body is much wider than your wagons are, just the body.
Right.
The wingspan, like I said, when it comes, it couldn't have been drifting. It wasn't flapping its wings because you would have heard that. It was basically, you heard this thing gliding, and just a split second before it happened, you're like, something is not right here. And like I said, just as you're about to like, something's up, you see the head fly over, and like I said, it crashes through the trees, grabs a horse,
Right.
yanks, just starts flying off with it. The other 3 horses that are attached to it get ripped up into the air, but the ropes don't hold. So they get thrown probably 5-10 feet up in the air and then get dropped back on the ground as the ropes break. And this thing flies right over. I'm gonna need a reflex save from Esteban.
Is your horse falls on you?
17.
Okay. You don't,
Better not be my horse.
like I said, you were just happened to be looking forward when this thing happened. But like I said, kind of like with Erebus, a split second before the horse got grabbed, you saw the darkness. It immediately flipped around to see this dragon. Look, it was barreling right at you, and it was like feet away from you.
Okay.
It grabs the horse and then flaps wings. Everyone in the back half of the caravan is buffeted by wind as this thing flaps its wings, and it starts climbing. And you can hear the horse squealing as there's this large claw.
I attack the darkness.
Yeah, if I can pop off some shots, I'm gonna pop off some shots.
Got some shots as it's flying away.
Yep, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
There's not many chances you get to use I attack the darkness in the game.
Uh-huh. You used it.
25, 19, and 28. No sneak attack damage, obviously, and I didn't have time to put fire on him.
I was flanking it.
I was flanking. Does the horse count as flanking? What if
I
you saw the horse in front of it? Does that-
Well, it is a war horse.
I shot above it, so it hits it from the other side.
You'll have to excuse me. I
Look up what an ancient dragon's AC is.
didn't think someone would try to pick a fight with it.
We circle the wagons.
I don't want to pick a fight. No.
Mm-mm. We offer Esteban a sacrifice.
No.
Or Erebus is the one who shot
Give
him.
us
That horse was a gift, and I did not give that thing permission. We would have gave it jerky just like we did the tigers if it just asked.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we just did give it jerky.
No, it had to come down, swooping down, taking war horses. Well, that's out of the pale. Any of those hit? Probably not. An
No.
ancient? Yeah, I was gonna say probably dinged off. I'm not exactly barred the.
I would say
Larger.
probably one of them actually struck it.
Okay.
Actually, I would say probably two of them. I think you had two decent rolls, didn't you?
25 and
I
a
would say the
28.
25 and the 28 actually struck the dragon, but you saw them strike at an angle and they just kind of bounced.
They just bounce off. Yeah. Fucking dicks.
Well, it is an ancient green dragon.
Everyone in the caravan sees this as this thing. Because like I said, you're buffeted by wind as this thing takes two big swoops of his wings to start climbing back up. And literally, Esteban, claws and the horse probably passed 5 feet above your head.
Was it my horse?
It was not.
Oh, thank God. Nevertheless, I still do not regret shooting at it. Did it even realize that I shot at it? Probably not even.
You don't think so?
Better not be coming back for more.
You fed it once, so now it knows who there's food.
We know we need to get
Give
past
it a-
this area.
Yeah, we need to get going. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
we definitely need to pick up the pace.
All right. What about our guide, the one that convinced us to go this way in the first place? She's
Yep,
still
that was
around?
the dragon.
Yeah.
She's feeding the dragon.
He's made
She just got it.
you just
Flashback to 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'll bring this caravan.
the caravan right here.
Right.
Got these
Damn.
I'm sure they're really tasty.
Right.
You
So
guys stop when this happens. Mumpo, your services are needed. The horses that were in the back that were tied to this horse are all probably
oh yeah, they're freaking out.
severely or moderately
Yeah.
injured. Well, they're probably injured.
Yeah.
Like I said, it only grabbed the one horse, but since they're all tied together so they don't escape, that one rope until it broke started
Yeah.
lifting all of them off the ground.
Yep.
And pulled them forward, so it just kind of knocked them up, brought them into the air and knocked them off their feet.
Okay, well, first I'm going to do is calm them down with a terrible roll. of
So it takes
14.
hey, stop
Suck it up.
acting.
It's just a broken leg.
So it takes you a bit longer than you thought to
Yeah.
settle the horses down.
Right.
I know.
Pretty much, I would say,
Horrible dog she ended up with.
I would say everyone sees this dragon up close because it attacked the back of the caravan and flew over the top of it. So everyone heard you've never heard a horse make that noise. But you heard the desperate scream, neigh, whatever it is from the horse. So everyone turned around in time to see this thing come flying up over there. Like I said, very green, huge. Those of you who know anything about dragons, I'm going to give you whoever got the scrolls last time. That would have been Erebus and Mumpo.
Yeah.
So the ones that did the identify thing really well.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Erebus and Mumpo.
you two. This thing was quite, for a lack of better term, fit.
What do you mean fit as an FIT?
Yes, as in
It's working out.
Mean,
It's working
dangerous.
you guys haven't seen many dragons.
In the prime of its life.
Mean green horse eating Michigan.
Kind of like, for instance, if there were some dragons that would work out and some that were accountants, this would be the dragon
A
that
dragon counting money? Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, like a lion counting money. Yeah.
This is the-
yeah.
This was the bodybuilder. I mean, like I said, you guys aren't experts on dragons, but just having it this close, this dragon was more powerful than you would assume a typical dragon of its size and type was. Just broader. The limbs were just, yeah.
So on performance enhancing drugs.
Yes.
Right. Tiny penis, though. I saw as it flew
I
by.
think it's overcompensating.
As it flew overhead, we could see that.
Yeah, it's just a tiny thing.
Took our
Who's
horse
looking
out
at
of,
what, you know?
it took our horse out of roid rage.
Like I said, you guys were pretty much in awe of the size of this thing.
Oh,
Like I said, it was, yeah. Oh,
Size
how
of some
cute.
things. I mean,
like I said, just the body was wider than your wagons are. So massive beast.
Yeah.
Dragons are big. Okay.
So other than that, everything's pretty normal throughout the day.
yeah,
Other than everybody's looking back at the empty space where our horse used to be.
right.
Define normal.
There's fewer great green dragons. There's not as many in the afternoon as there was in the
In the morning.
is this a good thing?
So you guys try the rest of the day. Like I said, that was enough of
In
this.
reality, it's only one fewer.
Yeah, it's only one fewer horse.
No, one fewer dragon.
Oh yeah, one fewer dragon than was in the beginning. The rest of the day, thankfully, has nothing else going on. And like I said, other than the dragon attack, which was scary enough, the scariness of the forest around here isn't near as bad as when you first got in here. But it does the same thing tonight as it did the previous night. Like literally there's a light switch that flips on when it gets dark. And it's just as creepy as it's been at night every other time, every other night you've stayed in this place. But for some reason in this area during the day, it's almost like there's a light switch being flipped off. And it's just like a typical forest. I mean, Mumpo, you're probably picking up on this more than most just because you're more in tune with the forest. Like I said, the forest is more natural here during the day, but same thing. You notice as soon as it's evening and the sun goes down, it's like a light switch.
Okay.
How
So-
far? So we've been traveling for several days through this place. How far are we from getting out of it?
If you guys would have asked Miearo how long to get through the entire forest, traveling like we're doing right now, she would probably tell you a month or two.
We're gonna be out of horses pretty soon.
Long before the month, yeah.
And
A month?
you guys are what, a little less than a weekend?
We're a weekend.
You're a weekend pretty much right now.
We were wondering what we're gonna do with the caravan later. Now we know.
No,
Yep.
we're gonna break it up and feed it to the dragon. Here, go ahead and take that. I guess that one too.
Yep.
That's what you want.
Here's today's offering.
So the other thing after the dragon attack, Miearo confirms that is Tyranthraxis.
You think? Is there a way we can avoid?
And in her awkwardness and not knowing how to deal with people, she's like, well, look on the good side. That's the biggest one. So any of the other ones are smaller.
Yep.
She doesn't deal well with people, huh? How does she deal with having her head held under some toilet water for about 5 minutes?
He's brother.
We need to step up the pace.
Is there a way? Can we
We're
think we
gonna be
run
here
our
a
horses
month. They're
faster.
never gonna see us in Minkai.
There'll be 2 of us left.
Yeah.
If we run from now until.
I'm growing increasingly dissatisfied with this idea of moving through the forest that Meow had. It seemed like a good idea at the time because we were trying to figure out what was the lesser of two evils, but I'm starting to wonder at her judgment.
Right.
Because giant fit green dragon wasn't I don't remember her mentioning that back when we were at the city and she was telling us that this was the only way.
As you guys started in the forest, she did tell you that the forest is still dangerous. She can help you avoid a lot of the problems, but it's still dangerous.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but a
put her in
single person going through the
you
forest.
Say that the forest did have several green dragons in it.
All right, I'm gonna put her back in the back with the other horses.
Yeah.
Here,
It's
you stop
easier
it.
to avoid the giant green dragons when you're not trailing a bunch of horses with you.
Just stick the horses in the wagon.
There you go.
We'll pull them.
Just the ones at the back, and use the harder to get the ones in the wagons.
All right, I guess we keep going, but I mean, if we've still got a month, I mean, only a couple of something's going to happen. We've already got this green dragon on our ass, so
We can get out of his area. We're right next to his area right now.
No, you're not. That's
We're
something.
totally screwed.
That's something that as you guys talk about this, and of course you guys I'm sure are venting and holy crap, what are we going to do? She will tell you Tyranthraxis' lair is not close to here. It's the direction we're heading.
Oh, good.
But she'll say we did see it yesterday going that direction, and it seemed to be purposely, like not just it had a purpose. So she said, my guess is
much like today when he thought I've got a purpose of lunch.
yeah.
I'm
And
feeling
she
a bit peckish.
Peckish, yeah.
And she said, well, the other bright side we can look at is it didn't stop to eat all of us.
Yeah.
It was content
There's
with
that.
just
Your bedside manners suck.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
She gets a bit awkward and she
keep digging, Meow. Eventually, I will return to my impatient self.
So like I said, you travel, rest that day, it's fine. Have the night, you talk to her, talk about the dragon, and that's when you guys find out when she's like, actually, we're not close to its thing. It's at the rate we're traveling, it'd probably take us 2 weeks, maybe 3 to get to where I don't know exactly where its lair is. I know the area.
2 weeks, 14 days, only 12 horses. Okay.
We will be pulling the wagon.
Yeah.
We will be. She's like, I still think we're 2 or 3 weeks away from the area where I'm going to keep us away from.
Right. Okay.
She said, if that was obviously him, he's very protective of his area, but he typically doesn't go this far out. And like I said, as you guys discuss this, you're like, okay, all of you say, you know what, that yesterday didn't seem like a hunting, like it was hunting or like it was just kind of patrolling an area. It was going somewhere.
Yesterday when we saw it, it was going somewhere, right?
And since it flew right over the top of us, if it was coming straight from where it's from, going somewhere, we were just on the way back. and we're on
Okay.
we're on a part of the first time through, you were in a much more dense forest. You guys saw it,
Right.
but there was a huge canopy above you that from the air, it's hard to see what was on there.
Right.
These last 2 days where it hasn't been spooky, the forest is a lot more open. There's a lot, you can see the air, the sky a lot more. So you're
Okay.
from the air, you're much easier to see here than you were
Yeah.
in the thicker stuff. So she's like, I'm really hoping that it was going somewhere. It did whatever it needed to do. It was on its way back,
And it was
and we were an opportunity. She's like,
Let's go with that.
she's like, from what I know of those dragons, they're very intelligent.
Undercover of the
Yes.
tragedy.
My guess is it just saw that there was horses in the back. It's an easy pickings. She said it might have been able to level all of us, but they are intelligent. It might not have wanted
Why
a
bother?
conflict if it can just
Yeah.
grab and go. So, so you guys continue on, like I said, and this is what you talk about that night. Nighttime, another. This
Or no?
time, one time, this time everyone's woken up by this though, because there are like, almost like banshee wails coming from out in the forest.
Okay.
It wakes everyone up very rapidly.
Yeah.
It goes on for almost an hour. And you guys are on guard. You're like, holy crap, you're not seeing anything, but you're hearing these, and these are very scary
And we're
screams.
just waiting for it to come.
You're waiting for it to come. After about an hour, it fades away, and the rest of the night,
Yeah.
pretty much on
At some point, it's gonna be like Beetlejuice, and we're not even gonna care anymore.
Yeah.
It's different things though. It's not like it's okay. It's always the flaming skull.
Right.
Or that. It's all I mean, it's different stuff each time. You're like, holy crap, what the freak, you know? Like, you're like, I totally see why people say tell you to stay out of this thing.
We're learning the secrets of the fire swamp.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure the dragons of unusual. Oh wait, they do exist.
No, they do exist.
Oh wait, you've seen them already. Pretty much like Wesley as he's telling her.
Yeah.
I don't think they exist as he's looking at one.
Looking at one.
So the next day you're traveling.
I'm watching the rear. If I see a big dragon coming up behind us, it's getting some arrows in the front this time.
Mhm. So I need perception checks from everyone.
Oh. Well, I'm only got a 29.
She's back.
Mitch got an 8. He rolled a 4.
Wow.
By 17.
You're nothing if not consistent.
All right. So, wow, it's a good thing it's in the back. And Mitch, he's on the left side in the middle. Guess that makes sense. Okay.
If I see this coming, I'm gonna flame arrow my quiver.
You were part of the conversation earlier, right?
Hey, shoot Mitch.
We gotta play nice with this turd.
Everything in the forest.
So we're just
Yes.
handing over horses now.
We play nice with everything in the forest.
This dragon could bite my ass.
This forest.
And
can
it
bite my
will.
It will.
ass.
Is it him again?
No.
Oh, well, then it's getting an arrow. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's probably some ghost tiger or some shit.
That's a nice ghost tiger. Maybe you got the nice.
We got the nice one.
Yeah.
It's a ghost liger.
It's a ghost tiger. Okay. So you guys are traveling through this area. Like I said, the forest is starting to open up a little bit. It kind of got a little bit more of a canopy in the beginning of the day. It's opening back up again. Esteban, you're kind of perched up on the wagon, so you got a little bit of a bird's eye view that other people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're kind of just doing your normal rounds, just kind of looking around, you got your bow in your hand, just kind of looking around.
Mm-hmm.
See what you think is something that moves off to your right. And at first you're like, okay, you see this all the time. Like I said, it's not uncommon for you guys to spook creatures, rabbits, foxes, coyotes, whatever. And you see those run off.
Okay.
This to you looked a little odd, so you just paid a little more attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looked like something large, and it's behind a tree trunk. And
How large?
like large, like as big as the tree trunk.
Okay.
Good sized tree. So as you're looking at this, you're not sure what you see, and it's not enough to cause an alarm yet, but you do, it is odd enough that you do start focusing your attention on it. And you just basically called out to Erebus,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, hey, do you see something? And then Erebus finishes your sentence, and he's like, yeah, over there behind the tree.
What behind the ghost?
Yeah. Well, on the rabbit, it is the rabbit.
That's the
Oh,
one.
you silly son.
And as you look down, you see Erebus is immediately, he reaches around behind him, grabs his shield off of his back. And about this time,
Mm-hmm.
this grayish arm comes from around the tree,
Tries to whack you.
and a stone gets thrown.
Of course.
How big's a stone?
Stone's about the size of probably a volleyball, basketball.
14 pounds.
My gosh, you guys are so lucky.
I'm not feeling lucky.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're still mounted on the horse, Jamie.
Yeah.
You flip around, grab the shield. This stone comes hurling kind of at you, but you don't have to actually dodge or use the shield. It kind of goes over your head by about 3 or 4 feet,
Right.
but it was aimed at you.
Okay. Play nice with the forest, huh?
Give me another whatever you used to identify animals last time.
All right.
And actually, Esteban, if you've got any kind of survival, knowledge nature, knowledge engineering, anything like that, you can roll that.
I'll look, but I don't think I got any of that stuff.
19.
Okay.
I have a +0 in survival. I'm a boy.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you.
There's my survival roll.
Okay. You can tell it's humanoid. That's all you can tell. Jamie, you're thinking
Yeah.
this is sort of giant,
Yeah. I assume
a rock throwing
Doug
giant.
and Les, is the mic working a lot better tonight?
Yeah.
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
you guys sound great.
Okay, yeah, Les had said when I first logged in that you guys ran through some scenarios or some experiments. That's why I didn't bring it up. I didn't want to, but
Yeah, we tested some stuff a little bit last night,
Yep.
so.
Got my mic set up. It's reset, and I actually have a new computer that we're using. It's a little bit more beefy of a computer,
Yeah, the mic's closer. to
and the
you.
mic's closer to me because it tends to ignore me and pick up everyone else.
as it should.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
You,
That's what the rest of you guys do. So why
Yeah.
should it be any different?
what?
Is Mike talking? Oh, so what do you do? I'm giving you kind of a surprise round as in Erebus.
I yelled giant, and I start charging towards it on the horse.
What's the range from where we are right now?
Range from where you are right now, probably 50, 60, 70 feet, something like that.
Okay. All right. So still within a single range increment for a longbow.
So what do? You start charging it?
I start charging towards it. Yes.
And I fire before he gets too close.
At Esteban or at Erebus?
Yeah.
Well,
shoot
yeah,
me
I need to
back.
shoot him and get him out of the way.
He's got to shoot me in the back, otherwise he ain't gonna hit me.
There's more XP if you can kill player characters too.
Right.
And loot.
So I've moved you guys to the new map.
Okay.
So the rest of you have just been yelled at that there's something going on, but you have no idea what's going on. So without a decent perception check, you cannot see the creatures I put on the map.
Right.
Esteban and Erebus, I changed the side. You guys see the ones up top. Next to the
Okay.
bed. These guys are bigger than that.
Yeah.
There he is. Oh, okay. All right. There's 2 now. Oh, that's fantastic.
Well, you don't see the second one yet, not without a perception check.
So we see the gray
This
one.
here right here is the one that you guys see.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And he's the one that chucked the stone very horribly at you. Stone chucker. And I just put 2 of the wagons in. That's the first and last, and we're just going to assume that even though you guys should be further apart than that, that's what's going on.
All right.
So I'm going to give, like I said, Erebus and Esteban 1 action, and then we're going to roll initiative and go from there.
Right.
All right.
So you said you're charging, so you can move whatever one of your movement increments is towards.
Well, what's on the horse?
Well, yeah, technically you're on the horse. Now you know you cannot fight from a horse. You have to have feats and you have to have skill, riding skill for that.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Yes.
Yes, you know that. These are trained war horses, but you still have to know how to fight effectively from them. And you guys, as far as I know, have not been trained to fight from a war horse.
We've been studying diligently the last
The last 3 days
in the forest
in the forest with, you know, all
as we
the,
traveled.
so I'm going to give you a free dismount, those of you who are on horses.
All right.
But
Make sure you stick to dismount.
like I said, Erebus, you can go ahead and move your movement.
Okay.
To whatever your normal character movement is, and then lest you get 1 action, the single attack,
There it is.
single whatever.
28 to hit and 7 damage.
Okay, that hits. Wow, that went. It changed everything on me. Okay. All right, 7 damage, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Killed it.
Great, just do that 20 more times.
She's not kidding.
Hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and get the bars on all these,
You're not gonna make us wait. That's nice.
isn't it? See,
Oh,
won't stop my old age. So everyone needs to start off with a perception because, like I said, the only people who see creatures are the 2 in the back, and this is the only creature they see. So you have to make perception before you can see anything else.
So even those of us that saw the other guy, we need to roll 2, right?
Dang it,
Well, I'm at 21.
I still had.
Mitch 8.
15 for Drinick.
What are we rolling?
perception.
Perception right now. Ignore the
Yeah, perception.
turn tracker chart.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear that out and have you guys do that in a second. Okay, okay, looking at the perceptions. Nisha, you can react to all of them on the board.
Okay.
Trinick?
Yeah.
The only one you can react to, the only one you see is the one that they're fighting.
Okay.
Mitch, from that side with that roll, you know there's excitement going on.
Right.
You don't know any, you don't see anybody. Esteban,
Yep.
wow, you see, for some reason, you even see the guy behind you.
What?
You see all of them.
Oh, this guy too?
So you can react to all of them.
All right. I have become vengeance.
Erebus, same thing.
Yep.
Don't know how you managed to see the guy on the other side of the wagons, but you just have the sixth sense, you know he's there.
He is a giant, so
Yeah. So the second Balan is the 21.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Balana can react to all the north ones.
Okay.
She doesn't know about the southern one. And Mumpo, Doug, you can react to everything on the board.
Okay.
Everyone who's on the screen, so Miearo, Amico, and the rest of the caravan have kind of,
Bunched up.
they're bunched up and they're basically either taking refuge in the wagons or they're guarding the wagons. So that's, they're not gonna participate in this combat.
so can we feed these guys jerky and hope they go away?
Yeah, sure, give it a shot.
All right.
Jerky
got
time. Jerky time is over.
I have a nice horse.
Okay, so now everyone highlight their icon, do your macro to get the initiative stuff going.
Well, that was a solid smack in my own ass.
Yes,
Oh
that's-
my God.
there's nothing but me down at the bottom.
Wait a minute. 5? No, Munvo 14. Who
Oh, that was
who
me.
rolled
Doug.
a 5?
That was me, Doug. I always roll low. on
Holy
initiative.
shit.
It literally rolled from the 20 back over to the 2.
Can't highlight you? Nope. Erebus,
Wow.
Hey, you asked
Okay.
for a perception check, you're gonna get it. You asked me for
Erebus,
initiative,
everything.
forget it.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta get Savior in there too. Oh.
There it is. There it is. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
at. That's horrible.
Savior initiative.
I even refreshed.
Wow, 25 for Savior.
Okay, is everyone on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's everybody. Okay. So. The Savior's first one up.
Okay, Savior will delay until immediately after Munpo.
Let me see why.
You can go ahead and move him or move her.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I guess 14. Get away from me, you dumb animal.
All right.
No, I'm talking to Machen. Listen, you've been fed. Go away from me.
Yeah.
All right, come here. Oh, I know. Poor baby. Oh, yeah, you want the chicken bones. That's what you want. You don't care about me.
Just your bones.
Yeah.
Looks like you're Esteban.
I'm not touching that one.
That's what she said.
Back door.
Yeah. Back door.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I was fisting Mindy the other day.
At the back door.
We were near the back door.
Wow, this is getting dangerous territory.
You know this is recorded. We're gonna play this next time over there. See, this is how Don talks about your guys' home life.
It's a real tape to poker sessions.
She knows already. Well, don't tell her that.
I'm just trying to get, make sure I understood what I was supposed to say in front of her or not. I thought the poker,
Poker conversations are off the table.
gotcha. I thought, but just gotta clarify.
That's why they're not recorded.
Or are they?
No. During poker, I like to talk about things I like.
Sometimes you like really like.
Stroke it and pet it and call it George.
Hey, if you're doing privacy, you don't know.
Come on, Mike.
Sorry.
What's he doing?
Thought I had this other macro done. I didn't, so I have to do this one macro real quick.
He's letting the tension build.
Screw the macros. Go old school, buddy.
You are Don. Mr. Macro weirdo.
Good baby. Yes, you are. You just went to chicken bones.
Okay.
All right. Come on now. Off you go. I gotta kill zombies. Here we go.
One there. 5 and 30.
Ooch.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Right in the face.
Too embarrassed.
14 points damage.
Are they just throwing rocks from where they're at? I take it.
This guy threw a rock and then moved up.
Sure did. Okay. He was right under my die on my screen, so I didn't see it.
Okay. With that one, Mitch, you're up. You can't react to any of them right now. You know there's something going on. Give me another perception.
Mitch delays.
In confusion.
I'll give you perception, but I think you're gonna probably just delay because he's not gonna. Yeah, he's delaying.
You know there's something going on.
Right.
And actually, you probably heard something. You probably heard Mumpo call out in the front.
Well, Lana's gonna say, Mitch, this is something going on.
Well,
He
just
will
hasn't
react
given
to
it back.
them, so.
Okay. Right. Drennick,
Okay, which one can I say? Can this one here?
what I tell you, you could see.
The one that they were attacked?
Did I tell you see all of them or
No, just one. Just the one.
just the one?
Probably the one.
Erebus and.
No, the one up top. This guy right here.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay,
You could probably roll a new perception since that
Yeah.
guy's moved.
right. You do that.
Okay. At this stage, you definitely see all of them on this side.
Definitely see the movie guys.
Yeah.
So I can see this guy here.
Yep.
All right, he's gonna get a magic missile.
What if he doesn't want a magic missile?
He's too bad. 17 points of damage.
Wow.
Not making any friends with that.
Can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you get what you need. He needed a magic
Yes,
missile.
he did.
He needed one. Okay, you guys, the guys on that side, yeah, you see 5 missiles come swirling around and smack into this guy's side. He looks at you, and not in a very pleasant way. Okay, Mumpo.
Yeah, Mumpo's going to cast Stone Skin on Savior.
Okay. Are you moving at all?
Frankly, I don't care what he does.
No.
Okay.
If anything, I'll move to defend.
Is Savior moving at all?
People will throw a rock.
Well, the Savior is now up because he delayed till after Mumpo. He hasn't been moved from in the turn order, but
So what does Savior do?
well, Savior is going to run and attack this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna put him at the bottom. But yeah, it's his turn right now.
So he will get 1 attack.
Okay.
So at 29, if it hits, 10 points of damage for the bite.
That does it.
I got that stupid song in my head.
So Savior's AC is now changed. So hold on.
Every
That's all
time I
right.
hear that song, it just sticks.
I know, right?
It's catchy.
It is.
Do, 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 do,
I know.
do, 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 do,
Like I'm stuck in a freaking elevator.
I like that this is all pretty much my fault.
It is. It is all your fault.
All right, Esteban, you're up.
All right, I'm going to take a 5-foot step, get up into the a better position in the wagon, so I have a little bit of
Okay, yeah,
height.
You're already up there, so.
I'm going to do my. All right, well then I won't take the 5-foot step, but flame arrow on my efficient quiver, which does 50 rounds, and I'm going to plunk this guy right here above Mumpo or above Savior.
Give me a shot.
19.
That does not hit.
That is a miss. Okay,
Wow.
that's it for me.
Okay, Alana.
Okay, Balana pointed that out, the one up
Mitch.
north. And yeah, she says, hey, giant there,
Giant there.
take care of it, get rid of it, make it go away.
Make it go away.
Bolana the Mitch.
So I need to move Mitch to right below her, because I'm assuming he's gonna jump in right now.
Yes,
So, all right, is she done?
no.
Okay.
She has 2 things to do.
Okay,
One of them is drink a potion.
Okay.
Of enlarge.
okay.
The second one is head over to that giant up there as fast as possible. He still doesn't really notice this one down here.
Who's doing that?
Balana has pointed out that dragon or the giant that Savior is next to and said, go up and take care of that giant.
And then what is
Mitch
she?
had delayed that.
Mitch had delayed, right, until Balan had gone.
What's Balana doing?
She's telling Mitch what to do.
Is that all she's doing?
Well, let her do a perception check.
Okay, because I asked what she was doing. You're like, she takes a potion of enlarge and then she
Yeah.
runs
Oh,
to
no,
the
no,
giant.
no, okay. No,
And
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
whoa, she's kind of bold.
no. Mitch has the potion of enlarge.
Okay,
Okay.
so he will do
So
that after
she
she
points-
finishes her turn.
She points that, yes, okay. She points out the giant to him,
That's a free action.
says, take your potion,
Kill
go. And the rest of her turn. This is the only one he sees, right?
Who's that? Mitch?
Mitch. Well, he
He doesn't see any
no
of them.
Balana. It's the only one Balana sees right now.
Whatever I told you she saw.
Right. She's gonna do magic missile.
Okay.
So
Against
13 points of damage against this giant here.
Okay.
And her last action is perception check. She does so. She free action yelled at him, magic missile,
so
perception check just around.
Okay.
16 perception.
she does not see any new ones.
No.
And then Mitch's turn.
Now it's Mitch's turn.
Yep.
He quaffs a potion that he's been told to use when he's supposed to.
So that's a large person.
Enlarged person.
Okay. You would think that would increase your stride, but it doesn't.
And no.
You've got all that extra weight.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that Machen?
This is movement.
Yes.
Okay. Nisha.
No.
No.
No monster.
Well, person does not hold monster wood.
Then instead, I'm going to cast Searing Light on the one that.
What do you want?
not seen.
What? Stop it.
See it.
Go away.
Okay.
You don't love her anymore.
Fuck you. Go away.
No, how you
Evan,
feel?
I don't give a you. What? Oh, you don't love her anymore. This dog leads the life of Riley.
It's not that I don't love her anymore. I never did.
That's right.
Love her any less. I never loved her.
That's right.
That's the one. Okay.
There's not an animal on the planet that's ever as good as a damn schnauzer.
Don't have to tell me about that.
Mitch, a beam of light shoots past your left shoulder.
And goes the opposite direction.
What the? He may see the other creature now.
Yeah, basically, once they get in combat, I drastically lower their perception.
Yeah.
Moving and stuff. Okay,
So-
G2.
G2 is this guy.
It's,
Yeah.
Ow, that's a low roll.
Yeah, no.
So the one above you,
Yeah.
Erebus throws a rock and you easily. Matter of fact, you probably didn't even have to use your shield. You probably just kind of took a quick step and it completely missed you.
Yep.
After that, he basically just grabs his great club, holds it in two hands, and is pretty much set to take you on once you get there.
Mike, how are you changing the names on those attack rolls? Like to attacks Erebus and Munpo and that and
Part of the
so on.
macro?
It's a field in the macro.
Yeah.
You just click on the target and then roll.
No. The macro, as soon as you click it,
It prompts for
it
interaction.
prompts me, and I put in there
The
all
list,
of you guys'
right.
names.
Have you sent those? Have you sent those particular macros out?
No, Don did when he first sent those ones like a year ago.
So that was included in those?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
it's a little bit of a change of one I've done because I don't prompt for who I'm attacking in it, but
But yeah, it's the same
the
thing.
structure is in there.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to go back and look at those. I mean, I saved all those, but that's cool for my own use. So
I like it because in big fights, when I'm controlling lots of people,
yeah,
I just start clicking the macros. I don't have to worry about getting with each person and telling them,
No.
okay, Kevin,
Right.
this
I
is-
agree. No, it's-
okay, the
And
next
then you
one's
can go back and
definitely-
look even. Okay, you
the
can
next
see
one's
who-
definitely-
right,
I just count on people looking at the thing and knowing if it says a character's name, they need to deal with that.
right.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
Very efficient.
So,
Yeah.
Macros are our friends.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Unless Mike is rolling well, then they're not.
Then they suck. Okay. Oh my gosh.
It's a pocket cover.
Yeah.
Mumbo, you're just in the wrong spot.
Oh, no, I'm in the right spot, baby. Bring it on.
You know what? I will give you a 50-50 because there is a large person now.
Who?
Doug, you want high or low?
Low.
Say it again. Hey, that's a hit.
Okay. A basketball-sized stone smacks you in the side, hurts like
From which
mad.
direction?
The left.
This guy down here.
This guy down there just chucked it right into your side as you're starting to move towards the other one.
Hey, Balana, I may not go after the one you told me to.
Rock chucker.
Okay, Erebus.
All right, I am going to charge this guy.
Okay,
First next round.
he gets an attack of opportunity. because-
Yeah, it's a charge, so. That's a crit. No, it's not, sorry.
Ooh, I think you got hit.
Yeah, no. I rolled a 19, so that would be the first one and the second confirms, right?
You just roll the macro again because you got different rolls for different things and you use the same bonus. So you just, the 36 is a potential crit.
Yeah,
Roll macro again. 26 does hit, so that was a crit.
okay.
So it's the first damage, which is 14 times 2, so it's 28 damage.
Yep.
He hits you, by the way. You look-
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it.
And you'll like it.
Yeah, I took a lot less than he did, so.
Yeah. Okay, you run up to him and he clobbers you. You come up to him, you kind of raise your shield, deflect it, but it still smacks you upside the head.
Yep.
Take advantage of the fact that everything's above your head and you just stab right in the midsection, stab him right in the gut.
Okay.
So he's bleeding now from his gut.
He only hit once, right? Or did he get the second one too?
So he just got the first one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
First.
Yep. I'll
Okay.
take that.
And actually now he's up. So he's gonna swing at you again and he gets both
Sure.
of these.
Yeah, I charged, so he gets what plus?
Basically, he's got reach, so he
Yeah.
got the attack opportunity as you close with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Ooh, he did hit that time.
Okay, I'm gonna confirm, see if he confirms that.
Like the picture you want.
It looks like it confirmed to me.
Yep.
Is a 30?
Ouch. I
Is a
felt
30
that one. What's that?
Does a 30 confirm?
Oh, actually, no.
So it's just regular damage. Did the 34 hit? Oh, that's natural 20, so it's 2 confirms. So yeah, he hit you twice, but neither one of them were crits. That's still a ton of
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, it still was.
Your DR off of each one, so.
Yep, I'm doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, these are stone giants. These guys stand about, what, 12 foot tall, 14 foot tall?
They're big. And here they were hiding behind trees,
Right. Pussies.
Hey, Trinick, you're up.
Magic missile, the same guy.
throwing rocks.
16 points of damage.
Which one you did that with?
One here.
By Savior?
Yeah, by Savior. Yeah. One I saw first.
Bunch of lights come in, smack inside the head. Mumpo, you're up.
Munpo. Let's make sure that I is going to cast Call Lightning on this guy.
Okay.
I'm just looking at directs 10 lightning bolts, reflex save DC 18,
Okay.
and 1 per round, I guess. Directs 10 lightning bolts. So yeah, 1 per round. So reflex for half, doing 3d6 damage. So
So that's his reflex save.
which he missed.
Not do it. So how much damage is it?
12 damage.
Okay.
Savior should be up now.
Savior's up.
Savior is going to do a full attack on this guy here.
Yep.
Ooh, roll
So a 30, 32, and a 35, the natural 20 on that last one.
All 3 of those hit.
Nice.
roll again to confirm the crit on that last one.
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
Sweet.
So Savior just tears into this thing.
36 points. of
Can only
damage.
reach its knee, but its leg is like shredded. So
He no longer
what-
has an ankle.
what's the total damage?
36.
Yeah, that cat just tears into. You've seen cat fights? You just see a mess of fur around this thing's leg, and all of a sudden, its whole leg is like ripped bare of any kind of armor or hide, and the whole thing's bleeding. This is when you're hearing, "Get off me, little monster!"
Stop it, you little ankle biter.
All right. Now we're to Esteban.
Okay. Full attack action
On who?
on this guy right here, the one that's getting bit in the ankle by Mumpo.
No,
Or
Savior.
Esteban, Savior, I mean.
I want to see.
And these are flame arrows too. 19, 24, and 17.
Okay. The middle one hits.
Okay, so 7 regular and 3 fire damage.
Okay, so 10.
And no sneak attack damage.
Yeah, gotta be.
Where are you shooting from? You,
I'm shooting from the back of the wagon, yeah.
Oh, you don't get a flank then. Okay.
No. That's it.
Okay. Polana's up.
Milano runs through here. Cast haste.
I don't approve.
Savior, Munpo, Grinnick, Esteban, Mitch, Nisha, everyone but Erebus
Gets hasted.
gets hasted.
I love haste.
And she tells Mitch to go after that one that just attacked him.
Okay, forget this one. Go ahead.
Yeah. New plan.
New plan.
Things change.
Okay, Mitch is up.
Mitch is hasted. He gets to here. He only gets 1 attack. There was only 1 movement action because of the haste.
Okay. And if you stop right there, you don't. It doesn't do a back opportunity.
Right.
Come on, Mitch. You can do it.
Okay, now I'm enlarged using power attack. I'm not using vitals. I will use vital strike this.
I would, since you only got 1.
I only get 1. Let me check something here.
I'm trying to figure out on the Excel sheet, how do I haste my animal?
You can't.
Your animal companion, I don't know if you can.
You
Yeah,
can't.
you can. Okay.
Okay.
36 to hit.
Just give him a little meth.
That almost hits.
It's natural.
Yeah, just trying to get an extra attack, but
Vital strike, so it is
44.
44 points of damage.
Okay. That big old axe. You're still not as tall as this guy.
Nope,
But-
but
Your head comes up to about the middle of his chest, though. And yeah, you just bury
yeah,
that
I'm
axe
not
right
small
inside
to
of
it
him.
anymore.
It's his turn. I moved to here, which puts me within 30 feet of this guy, so I don't suffer any penalties for casting Searing Light on him. And I get a +1 to attack.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
Those are some
that
crap
is
rolls.
awful.
Yeah.
My gosh, those are some crap rolls.
But 43 got harmed by bright light.
If it was a construct, it would have taken more damage.
I know, I know.
I couldn't be these stone golems.
So you shoot your, shoot your laser.
One.
1,
three.
3.
Those are some
Five,
sucky,
two.
those are some sucky rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cock your finger and shoot your laser at him. And it kind of just goes pew pew.
Pew, pew.
It says LOL. No, it actually says it like that. LOL.
Yeah.
Little flag pop.
The
Kick, kick,
the
kick.
giant in front of me did not have a weapon ready because he threw a rock last time.
Yeah. That's it.
I'll do anything I can to help me.
And yeah, he only used one action that last round, so I think the same thing the last one did. That was one. Doesn't matter, let's see.
Erebus, you just stay alive long enough for the rest of us to get there.
Plan to.
I plan to. Okay, so first thing is-
I mean, I wouldn't be in it if he hadn't got 2 crits on me. I'd probably be all right.
let's do that again.
Wow.
Hey now.
Guess he was destined
You
to
critically
fumble
fumbled.
that.
That is a confirmed fumble, my friend.
Hey Les, can you give me a fumble lookup for a two-handed weapon?
Can
Pretty sure
do.
he
Give me-
just- he just
two-handed
dropped
weapon?
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hang on
I'll
one
go ahead
second.
and attack Erebus while you do that. Because that's what I do.
It's what he does.
Wait, which one's attacking me?
Yeah, does a 33 hit you?
Hold on, which one is no? But which one is attacking me?
One right above you.
The 33 doesn't hit you?
No, the 33
Who do you
doesn't.
think you are? What?
Man, I'm never helping you make a character again.
So hold on. The last turn, I charged the guy and he attacked me. And after my attack, he immediately attacked me again. So which one is attacking me now?
Yeah, what's up with that, Mike?
It's the same one.
What's up with that? I can't look at that.
But the G2?
This
Oh.
one's attacking you.
Oh, wait a minute. Nope, I'm sorry. You're right. I got my numbers mixed around. That was 1, that was 2, and that was 3. So it's the savior is actually who you should be attacking.
Okay. I was hoping you'd say the other way around. I could take the 40 damage off.
Have your fumble when you're ready.
And I've actually added savior to the mix now. Okay, you got that? Doug? Doug, did you get that?
I did.
Okay. So yeah, you're right. 2 and 3 of these guys. 1 is the first one you guys saw. So
Erebus, giant attack
yeah,
savior.
savior. It hits him at least once.
Yeah, he's got the stone skin on him though, so
That helps.
Did the 23 hit him?
no, as a matter of fact. Ha!
All right.
9 points
Those
damage.
2. Okay, Erebus, you're up.
Wait, you want the fumble?
Yes.
Bent. -4 penalty on all attacks with this weapon until it is repaired.
Wow. So basically what happened is you smacked him and he would smack you back and you just grabbed your great axe with 2 hands and he hit the bar
And it
and it messed with
kind
his,
of broke his
messed
weapon.
with his weapon.
Yay.
So
And it'll be broken till next round when he's dead.
if you want to kill him, just make him bleed. 'Cause They always die, but after that, all right,
Damage sucks.
Erebus.
All right, I'm gonna go fighting defensively now,
Okay,
just to stall, but I am still going to attack.
so these are all -4 then.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, this is the wrong roll, but
That was actual hit, even with -4.
yeah, that's fine. I didn't get the right macro. Sorry.
Okay, so
The second one's still here.
the second one's barely a hit.
Okay, so 14.
So 14 damage. Okay. All right, it goes to G1. He's going to attack Erebus, because that's what he does. So you got a 2 to your AC. Does a 36 hit you?
Yeah, 36 is what I got.
Oh, is it? Okay, so 15 damage.
Yep.
Well, minus your DR, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one's done. Drinnick, you're up.
Same magic missile, the same one I
Okay.
did before. 15 points of damage.
There's just a nice steady stream of missiles
Yeah.
just constantly coming from over there. It's almost like a machine gun of magic missiles.
That's it. Every third missile has a tracer round on it. too.
Right.
You can see it.
I think that's mine.
Munpo.
Okay, Mumpo, you're up.
Okay, before Munpo sends another lightning bolt down to this guy, he's going to step up here and cast Bloody Claws on Savior.
I think Savior's claws are already bloody after that last round. Pretty sure that's already there.
However, in this case, Bloody Claws
Is it Christmas already?
allows
Sounds like a Christmas horror movie.
his natural attack does 5 bleed damage
Okay.
in addition to the other damage.
He'll die.
He'll die next round. He'll die.
Right.
next round.
Okay, and then the lightning bolt from Call Lightning hits this guy. 3 dice. Huh?
Is it lightning storm or call lightning? Because call lightning is a single event. And it requires concentration to direct.
Well, that's what I pulled it up. Hold on a second. It's Call Lightning. And you need not call a bolt of lightning immediately. Other actions, even spellcasting, can be performed each round. After the first, you may use a standard action concentrating on the spell to call a bolt.
Right, a standard action, but in this case, you've already moved and cast a spell this round.
So
You don't have another standard action.
Yeah, you're out of standard.
So
action.
should I have called the lightning then moved?
Well, then you wouldn't have been able to cast a spell on Savior then.
Yeah, the spell is a standard action, so you can either continue this spell or cast the new one, and you casted a new spell. So that was your
Because
standard
it
action.
says other actions, even spell casting can be performed first.
Had you not moved,
You're trying to do 3 actions, basically.
That's not good then.
you're okay. Just don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, that's why I was being hasted. That's why I figured I could, have this other action.
Hasted doesn't give you that choice of another action,
Yeah, it just gives you an extra attack on a full round attack. That's pretty much what it does.
or a lot more movement.
Okay, so then I may redo. So,
Right.
did I?
Second edition, which gives you another action.
Right.
No, that's I'm not. I'm more. Okay, so could I have, if I just move and then use the Call Lightning to attack this guy down here? Can I
Just
still?
do what you did. Trust me.
Okay. All right. Well then.
So you've still got it going. You can still
You can still do it next round. You can still call lightning
Against
next
someone
round.
else,
'cause it's
yeah.
just waiting.
Got it. Okay, I didn't, all right, I didn't lose the spell. All right, Savior now has bloody claws.
Right.
He gets an extra attack,
Yeah.
but there's his attacks for the, the first, then he'll get another bite, probably attack.
Nope.
Um,
Actually, when he gets that fumble, then he stops.
Yeah.
Nope, that 16 is a
Roll
fumble.
again.
Roll the macro
Roll,
again.
roll your macro again.
Okay, that
So
was
it's just a miss.
that was a hit, so it's just a miss. So he stops. He's done.
Do the
Doesn't,
first 2 hit?
no.
Okay. So no hits.
So no hit.
Wow.
It's not a true fumble. It's just a stop.
A
So
miss. Right.
Okay,
Come on. You have an extra.
I'm gonna put my food away.
You're hasted.
All right, awesome. So again, using flaming arrows, I'm actually going to focus my efforts still on that same guy.
Oh crap! What happened?
No, he's got that. I'm going to
Nothing.
focus it on the one that my friend Erebus is fighting. He seems to be having some problems over there, so I'm going to
That
help
would
him.
be much appreciated.
You got it, bud. Here we go. All right, 32, 20, 23, 14.
At least one.
the first one hit.
The 23 doesn't hit?
23 is not.
Okay, so 5 points of arrow damage and 4 points of fire damage.
This is up to bonfire.
And I'm going to refresh my browser because of these crappy ass rolls.
If they've been grass giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not immune to it though.
No.
All right, that's it for me.
Oh,
No, he's
that was last
redoing his
turn.
thing. Yeah. Okay. Alana.
She's going to cast a fireball. Just
In a
past.
forest.
Damn it.
Why I didn't use fireball.
Yeah. I'm not using
Ah,
flame
damn
strike.
it.
Right. I'm not using anything with flames, so that's not a
Okay.
good thing.
She's the smart one. I'd expect Mitch to do that if he could do it. Wouldn't expect Lana to do that.
She's gonna cast magic missile at this guy.
She's a wizard, not a sorcerer. She has brains.
Mhm.
12 points.
Okay.
Whittling down, whittling down.
Okay. Mitch is up.
Cut it out, Jonas.
They're doing a full attack this time, right?
Yeah, full attack. Okay. Enlarge his power attack. He's not using vital strike, so we're gonna just kind of work with that macro this way. One. So 26 to hit.
Barely.
35 damage. Not the vital strike one.
Okay.
Okay.
So do what you're doing. So.
Yep. Mitch is the boy. 27,
That hits.
34 points of damage. And the last one. Is 13. He might be good still. 28. 36 points damage.
Nice.
So you just with fast start, and basically all you do is that first one bites, catches him off guard, and Mitch in his fast state does not stop. Kind of like a UFC fighter, once they see the weakness, they just pile it on. That's what Mitch does. And he just
It's gonna
keeps swinging
die
back
before I
and forth.
realize it's dead.
So 3 good strikes. The last one smacks right in the side of the head and almost takes it clean off.
Yep.
And yeah, he falls. Nice job. Okay, Nisha.
Did I miss something? I heard my name.
No.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Okay. Or killed the one Satan's fighting.
Yes. This time the laser coming over.
Laser beams.
shoots
come
like
from
shoots
the-
like a Death Star laser and puts a hole in his chest,
2 down, get the last one,
Then I'm
Doug.
going
and
to.
then he falls.
Ooh.
Okay. 2 and 3 are dead, so. Okay, Erebus, you're up.
All right.
Kill that thing.
Thing is last.
These are still at -4.
Yeah.
The first one misses, second one hits.
Yep. Okay. So 17 points of damage.
G1. He doesn't like that you actually hit him again.
I know. It's not like me.
Do not make friends.
Were you trying to make friends?
Yeah, suck it, big guy.
Okay. He swings fruitlessly at
Does he
Hey,
know-
Mike, you clicked on the wrong macro. That's the one without the crits.
huh? Oh yeah.
Giant needs to
You mean I
confirm
didn't use my JPEG this time?
Right?
Giant needs to confirm a fumble.
Oh yeah, he does. Which he's going to because on the second attack, I don't think he's got much of a chance of hitting me.
He fumbled.
Okay. That's need another two-handed weapon fumble.
Two-handed weapon fumble coming up. Oh, on the receiving end, the attack deals damage to you instead of the target.
He puts himself for
So he
14
hit himself.
damage.
Suck it.
So you basically raised your shield, deflected off of it, and bounced back and smacked him in the
Back
forehead.
in the face.
Yep.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
You're right.
Pretty much.
No, he does the whole stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself.
Yep.
Okay, that didn't go as I planned.
Nope.
Okay,
13 points of damage.
13 points. Okay. So he's stunned because he smacked himself in the head, and then 3 or 5 missiles come smack him along the right side of his body.
Nice.
Okay, Mumpo, you're up.
Can I change targets on this call lightning?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, then I call lightning down on this guy.
it refuses.
11 points of damage.
This guy's gonna be very popular. I don't think he's gonna like it.
So he made the reflex save, right?
Yes, he did. So half damage.
Okay. Savior's up.
All right, Savior at a speed of 50 without being hasted. Moves up to here and gets 1 attack.
Does Savior have the pounce?
He doesn't have a straight shot. There's a
Okay.
3 then, right?
Well, Savior does have pounce too, so
Right. If it was a straight shot, you'd get pounced. But he had to run around the tree that was between the two of you.
okay. Nope, gets a bite.
No,
22 hit.
Question answered.
Some asshole drew
Actually, the last one hits. So 9 points of damage.
Nickel and diamond it.
Hey, whatever works. You wouldn't be in the middle of the forest, you'd be dead with a fireball.
Are you kidding? Most of these things we've done with a fireball.
But we can't because we're in the middle of a forest.
No fireballs.
Exactly.
Okay. Esteban.
All right, I'm going to make up for all of my crappy rolls with this roll right here as I
Okay.
fire at Erebus's giant. Here it is. Ooh, 25 and 30, and then 2 misses. Does 25 hit?
The first 2 hit, yes.
All right. So 16 total points of arrow damage and 6 points of fire damage for a total of 22. Does it kill him? Does it kill him?
It's pretty close.
Damn it. All right.
You put an arrow in his shoulder and one that goes through his throat. It's just along the side of his throat.
Oh, yeah, she will. I was hoping.
Gotcha. All right. That's cool.
she's gonna-
Okay.
Huh?
One is up.
Stay alive?
11 points damage from magic missile against this guy. He's got 12, doesn't he?
Mitch has a chance.
I'm gonna give it to her.
No, Mitch is coming.
Nice.
After the arrow to the chest and then through the throat, he's kind of stunned. And then 3 more arrows hit his side, and that was enough to slowly have him tumble over.
Who's gonna set up this man?
All right, Bologna. Well done.
Bye, Bologna.
Dun.
Technically, she's Mitch's Bologna.
I'm claiming all 3 kills because of haste and magic missile.
Okay.
Haste allowed him to cast 2 more arrows and stuff.
Hey, the giant did as much damage to himself as the magic missile.
No.
Yeah. So I assume you're blowing a bunch of bursts to heal people up.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, let me get closer.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get
I'm
close.
waiting for everybody to get gathered.
Oh yeah, all right.
Like hug up,
Huddle.
group hug.
Screw the bad guys in there. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, I just corrected my macro. Let me just do this once. 30 hits, 35 hits. Oh, 16 what it is.
Yeah, 16 minutes.
Did you add the hit points back to Mitch yet?
Yeah. Oh, in the thing I did, but not here. Hold on. In my spreadsheet I did. But there.
Okay.
Yeah, that type of thing. Anyone else still hurt? Nope.
Erebus might be down.
Yeah, check
Pretty
air.
close. Yeah, hold on.
She gave you 52 so far.
No, that's it. I'm full.
Okay, good.
Check the bodies. We have 1 broken weapon.
Yes, it was unfortunate.
We can mend it.
I'm assuming you're doing the normal
Looting.
procedures.
Yeah, sure.
Desecrating the bodies, yeah.
Check the bodies.
What we do.
So it actually, as it happens, the one with the broken weapon, that's a partially magical item now.
Oh shit.
Well, it wasn't broken. It was just bent, right?
Bent, yeah.
We can fix it.
You can't use it like it is.
We can still fix it.
So that's a magical great club. And it's a large great club.
It's all right.
And is it +1? Ooh.
Magical Great Club, you say? All right, I'm switching away from longbow.
It's large, you say?
Screw this.
Weapon specialization, great.
Drag it around.
Maybe you can shoot the great club out of the bow. And
Yeah, that'd be fun.
There you go. It's a +1, but it's a -2 because it's oversized. So
But if it hits, it does a butt ton of damage.
yeah, that's true.
What else? What else is here?
You only shoot people 5 feet away, but
But man, if you hit them, they're going down.
Good night.
That one had that. Actually, all of them had magical weapons. The other 2 +1. They all had great clubs.
I love that they got magical weapons, but they're still throwing boulders at us.
Are the great clubs magical?
Yeah, they're barely magical.
I was gonna say.
So you're still throwing boulders for a ranged weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, those range weapons are doing like 2d6 plus 6 or plus 8. A normal human, it would kill outright if it hit.
So 2 + 1 great clubs, a +2 great club, but we have to get it fixed.
It's a good thing we've got a dwarven armorsmith / weaponsmith in the party.
Yeah.
Okay. The top two both had ring of protections +1. The guy on the bottom had an amulet of natural armor +2.
Okay.
And then
8,000 gold pieces. Look for their lair.
sure,
Follow the tracks.
do that.
Survival.
There's not any coinage on them.
Can we drag the giants so now the dragon will eat a freaking giant?
Here, eat these guys on their freaking horses.
Yeah, I go in my bag and I pull out the giant thing of paprika.
Start making jerky.
I just
Sprinkled on it.
sprinkle liberally over the bodies of the thing.
So-
Everybody knows green dragons love paprika.
Munpo's gonna kind of look around. Is there any tracks to lead them back to where these giants had their lair?
Ooh, good idea.
Milana's looking for it. She sees some.
Munpo, you're better at this. A survival check is what you need to follow tracks.
And I'm looking at my macros. I don't have a macro for survival.
But you have points in it, right?
What's this word world coming to?
Nope.
Oh, actually, I can roll.
I'll follow tracks.
Like, I'll follow tracks and starts following your tracks from your caravan.
Here's some.
He's going back to where you guys came.
So Munpo rolled a 22 on a survival check.
There you go.
Okay, yes. You guys travel for a good almost hour out of your way. But,
Okay.
but with Big Prince, it's easy to follow, and with that roll, you get there, you find a makeshift, almost like a lean-to. It's not really a hut or anything. It's
no cabin.
no, it's not a cabin, but it is something built up.
Shelter.
You do see lots of gear
I'm detecting magic.
rusted. So lots of like breastplates, long swords. Actually, probably not even long swords. It'd be katanas.
Any arrows?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Like tech magic.
None of the weapons and stuff there are.
Okay.
But mixed in with that, you do find 650 silver and 1,300 gold.
Nice.
And some dragon treats.
Take those.
Yeah, we're taking those dragon treats.
Just throwing them up in the air as high as we can.
Yeah. Well, you got an arrow. Just shoot them.
Yeah, shoot it out an arrow at him.
Well,
Dragon
you
tree
start-
coming in.
I was gonna say, you start throwing treats around, then you attract more. So
That's true. We don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna make
pigeons
sure
in the
to.
park.
When you say it's more of a lean-to, there's no opportunity for them to have like concealed under a pit or something. That is there any chance to search for something like that?
Could be a perception.
I mean, 31.
You're quite certain there is nothing that sophisticated
Okay.
around here.
I didn't the way you described it, I didn't expect anything. But
Like I said, this wasn't even a real cabin. This was more
Right.
a lean-to kind of.
Yeah.
There's 3 cots kind of laid out underneath the lean-to, but
I'm happy with what we.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
so it's quarter till, so I'll let you guys divvy up
Yeah.
the treasure, and I think we're gonna stop.
Okay.
Just so you know, I talked to Bob. He is out until December. So that means more than likely, unless Steve can't do it, it'll be Steve's campaign next week and then my campaign the week after that.
Okay.
All right.
So I think that puts,
That'll be the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is 2 weeks from yesterday, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday.
so yeah, so next week is his, yeah, my next campaign will be the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then after that, Bob didn't say when in December he was available.
And Booker's back on.
So I'll talk to him before then and figure out that, but at least so you guys know the next 2 weeks
I didn't.
what we're doing.
I just do what they say.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Might show off that Monday.
All right, guys.
So,
Thanks, Mike.
you're welcome.
Thanks, everybody. It's everything worked out well. So,
Yeah. Thanks, Miguel.
yeah.
See you guys.
See ya.
All right, we'll see you guys.
And then Monday, Tuesday. Okay, Monday. Bye, guys.
Night, guys.
Yeah.